applied the defense bonus to my shield.
Okay.
So the shield didn't matter.
The shield did nothing.
All this time.
Are you serious?
You are the worst D&D
I'm
playership. You have all these items. You have
you have everything.
You have
You never
so
use
many
them.
fucking items, and you don't use a single thing. I am upset.
I take offense to that. The only magic item property I forgot about was the crit damage and the effect of the weapon. Everything else I've used perfectly.
Yeah, but crit damage was like 2d6 or something, isn't it?
It's more.
Everything else I've used perfectly.
and the pinning weapon to immobilize the ogre so it didn't charge till Raxos.
Look at all these really hard battles, you guys. Wow. I mean, I wonder
why we're doing so hard.
Just Valignif has been holding back.
So yeah, the running gag is that the shield in fact never did anything.
It did a single damn thing.
so you didn't get the +2 to reflex either, huh?
Oh.
Yep.
You were still having the armor check penalty this entire.
Wait, I did get the +2 to reflex,
Okay.
but not to AC.
Oh, there we are.
So I'm glad you getting the +3 AC armor is when it
Yeah, what
prompted
the
this
fuck?
recount.
I'm gonna take that armor from you now.
Alright,
Alright, Valky, get us
I'll do a
started.
recap while everyone cools down. Alright, last time on Dreads of the Dragon Coast, we had just managed to defeat one of the advanced parties of the Earl, with his brother Lolog, the Butcher, leading them. We killed the rest of his men, or, well, ogres, but ended up in a stalemate of sorts, and decided to retreat and let him return while we... Well, the battle was tough and we needed to rest, so... However, the Earl had many plans, and as we took our 10-day to regain our strength, we entered into a challenge of sorts to thwart the daily activities of the Earl from whatever he decided to do. He had a similar sized force to the one we fought previously, and we knew we could not have a fight like that without our full strength. To make a long story short, through the gradual hindering of his army through many days, and leading him successfully to Basarek's lair, many of his forces were wiped out, including Basarek himself, who had not fully recovered since his last fight. We didn't lose any of our hard-won supporters, however, the monastery was pelted hard enough for them to just up and leave the valley, the wizard's tower was demolished, and near the end of our rest, the Earl and his retinue had managed to build like a palisade of sorts to defend from. They also tried to call reinforcements from the dam, but we stopped that, thankfully. And with our rest complete, we took them on in a head-on battle. The Earl and his brother the Butcher, along with the remains of the harried forces. It was a pretty nerve-wracking fight, but through thick and thin we managed to fell the Earl, and also knock his brother unconscious, ordering our minions to strip him of whatever he had and to fix him so we could talk to him when he awakes. And that, I believe, is where we leave ourselves for tonight.
Yeah. So, beyond that, we have the 5 goals, 3 open goal slots. So, I am curious to hear what sort of goals you guys want to put in them, if any.
Clear the dam.
You have that.
Clear the dam like twice.
One goal would be to recruit Lolog the Butcher.
For sure.
I agree with that.
That is a hard goal.
Thought so. Seemed pretty fucking hard.
I would like
that's-
to propose...
Go-
Oh, sorry,
go
go ahead.
No, I was about to say that I didn't have anything else to suggest, so go for it.
I would like to propose looting the Earl's treasury.
He has a treasury?
I don't know, I assume he does.
I have to presume so, since his bandits have been like grabbing tribute for all this time.
All right.
Yes.
How would you feel? Because I feel that is sort of in the similar vein to control the ruined dam. As when you control the ruined dam, you have access to it.
Okay.
I feel that way. I agree with that.
Sure.
Unless it's like some sort of like puzzle fucking vault.
That's why it's there. They could never find out how to open it. Welcome. This is the bottom of this dungeon.
What are the ones we have again? Just to remind
You
myself.
have drained the way to the deep. Secure 4 dragon lairs. Make contact with the troglodytes. Gain rank in the Winter Court. Control the ruined dam, and now recruit Lolog the Butcher.
I think that's fine for now.
How many open slots do we have? 2?
We have 2 now.
I don't see anything that we at least I don't have anything personally that I want to do, and also as a group effort to go towards. I mean, we already have our bat, so I can't really think of anything long term either. So
and preparing for Yaffel's death, which we feel coming, isn't a fucking like active goal that we end up like taking. We're already doing
It's
that
also
basically.
partly the 4 dragon layers, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
All right, yeah. Is there any goal that you're sick and tired of and want to get rid of?
I don't think so. Not with our 2 open goal slots.
All right.
With 2 open slots, I do think I maybe have a personal one that could fit in there.
Yeah, personal.
Although
ones.
I'm not entirely sure how to phrase it. Basically, the old dwarven lady whose name Velignif will never ever remember, and so
The clan
never
mother.
shall I.
You know, it's fine because you're a dragon. You don't have to. Of course, you wouldn't remember a dwarf's name.
Exactly. But she wanted, which is definitely something I will do, to earn a legacy for one of her sons, I believe.
Okay,
So I don't want to make that my goal because that's a bit
that's a very long-term goal.
long term.
Earning a life,
But I-
life legacy.
But the goal would be to make her son useful, like sort of training in a sense. I don't even know who he is. I have no idea which one of the dwarves it is. But if
It's the master artisan.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
He's pretty good at what he does already.
That's pretty good. But he's more of his own dude. I think the goal would be to make him a proper a lieutenant, to basically loop him into what Velignif and the clan mother are doing, and make sure that he knows where he stands.
And that's supposed to be under.
Under Velignif.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's call that a medium goal. Make the master artisan subservient. Yeah, I think that works, right?
Like unofficially, it's
Master artisan, a willing servant.
unofficially it's
He's
very
already, he is already sort of in your like how would you quantify what you want compared to what it is right now?
I mostly want to make it official, that I can actually know I can rely on him rather than just assuming he'll do what I say.
All right, so make him a reliable ally.
That works. That works.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's an easy goal. That's something you can do and go about doing.
Sure.
There's not a lot of people opposing you.
Just want to have at least one competent dude I can rely on.
Mm-hmm.
Bob's not doing it for you?
No, Bob is neither competent nor reliable, I think.
He's been taking care of those owlbear pups all this time, and it's hot with 2 stumps, you know.
I can imagine. You know, you keep doing that. If you master owlbear raising, I see a bright future ahead.
He's being trained by that dwarf.
Okay. You have anything, Jonas? Goal-wise?
Not really.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Well, we could, since we have talked about taking a look outside of the dam, we could have a goal, something along the lines of cut off reinforcements to the dam, if there are such outside. We don't know.
Mm-hmm. I can inform you that the dam currently does not have any reinforcements,
I have in mind then.
Okay.
as most of the mercenaries really went south with the Red Banner.
Awesome. Will be an issue then.
Plenty of refugees out there, but they mostly suck at everything.
Awesome. In that case, with goals done, I brought this up to you folks several days back. I'd like for each of us to go over the magic items we have. I'm sure there are some viewers who would appreciate a reminder of what we have. And also because we keep trading magic items around due to our unique dragon properties and how we're having them sit in our hoard. So the viewers, I think, would benefit from that. We'd also probably benefit as well.
Yeah, I can do that. It's pretty quick. I have a orb of the sympathetic eye +1. It is, of course, an orb. Gives me an extra d6 of psychic damage on a crit. It has a bonus +1 to attack rolls, damage rolls. Doesn't really matter anymore. Also, I gain an item bonus to my insight checks equal to the enhancement bonus, which is a 1. As a daily power, when I hit an enemy with an attack, anyone that is adjacent to the target and not included as an attack as part of the attack, I can basically deal equal damage to them that the target took. The other thing I just recently got off the wizard is the Bracers of Mental Might as an encounter reaction. When I make a strength attack check or a strength-based skill check, I can use my mental modifiers instead, so intelligence, wisdom, or charisma. Obviously, intelligence in my case, instead of the strength, which is pretty useful. That's it.
Are you getting the Delver armor that Valignif used to be wearing?
If he's offering it, I'll take it.
Yes. You can have
Alright,
that.
I will take that then.
And Jonas pinned that card along with all 9,700 magic items we've gotten.
Yeah, it lets me add +2 power bonus to a save as a daily, which is nice.
You can also do that after the roll, which is the big thing.
And it is a no action, which means that you can do it even if you are stunned or something like that.
Even if you're stunned.
It's great.
I can go next to my magic items. I have 4 of them right now. The Talon Amulet, which we got from the Druid of Malar. The enhancement bonus is largely irrelevant. The property of an item bonus to damage rolls when I have combat advantage can apply if I'm using a range attack. For melee, I have something else that overrides that. And the daily power, which has seen some use and has been of value, is dealing 1d6 damage to anyone that hits me with a melee attack. I have the Iron Armbands of Power, which is providing a +2 item bonus to melee damage rolls. Note that the roll has to be made. I checked up to confirm that, so it doesn't add to something like my Lodestone Lures. Anything that I am rolling for, though, it does apply. There's the Penning Weapon, which used to be used by Jonas, was a little shard and was handed to Sheep, and now it is in my control. It's any melee thing, +2 enhancement to attack rolls and damage rolls, which is currently not overridden, thanks to our inherent bonuses anyway, because we're now level 7. If I crit, I deal +2d6 damage, and there is a free action on that, which does fit for my defender thing, and how I play this character. And then there's the Serpentine Armor, which has ended up with me. It's only scale armor that applies to, and I am proficient in scale and not plate, so it works. Provides an +2 enhancement to AC, so I've got an extra +1 from an inherent enhancement. The resistance 5 to poison doesn't help me, but the daily power also fits with what it is that I do. If an enemy adjacent to me shifts as a free action, they take 7 untyped damage. Those are my 4.
Alright. I have 4 items as well. I first of all have the Burning Gauntlets, which as a daily, when I make an attack with the fire keyword, which despite doing actually quite a bit of fire, is only my Dragon Breath. Anyone... Wait, where is it? The first target hit by the attack, if any, also takes ongoing 5 fire damage, and I also deal 1 extra fire damage on successful attacks with the fire keyword, which is also only my fire breath. So that's thematic, but not very exciting. I have an Iron Skin Belt, which is a waste slot. As a daily power as a minor action, gain resist 5 to all weapon damage until the end of your next turn. Hasn't really seen too much use. I've tried to use it in strategic spots, but whenever I use it, I don't get attacked, which is honestly also fine. I have a Power Jewel, which is a slotless item, I believe. After reaching 1 milestone per day, as a minor action, it can be used to regain an encounter power of 1st or 3rd level. Just handy. I have some which are really good and can support people with, although I would not be entirely opposed to handing that to someone else if someone has better use for it. And then after defeating good old Lolok, we've traded things around, and I will be using his fiery armor, the Bloodfire armor, which is a +3 armor. When you're bloodied, you gain an aura of flame. Any creature that starts its turn adjacent to you takes 2 fire damage. That's all of them.
Okay. I have 3 magical items currently. I have the badge of the Berserker, which is a thing I bought that allows me to charge without provoking. Very useful. I have the Horned Helm, which gives me 1d6 extra damage on a charge. And then I have an Avalanche Hammer, which gives me an additional weapon damage die on the charge. So I am really chargy at the moment, running back and forth. I also have like fused to my character a Fablest Circlet for becoming the low Earl of Winter of this valley, which generates 3 temporary hit points for me at the beginning of each battle. I usually generate a lot of that myself anyway, but it's nice to have a little bit, just in case.
Okay. The Shield of Silverlight, did you mention that? I'm sorry, Jonas.
I did not mention it because I have not officially seized it, but I will take it if no one else wants it.
I think so.
Shield, so.
It's a
since
shield.
my arm slot has been taken by the damn razors.
I will then nab the shield for some more defense.
The Circlet of Second Chances wasn't mentioned by anyone. I had thought that you had that sheep, and I must have just been mistaken. The luck favors those who don this plain copper accessory. It's a daily power, no action. When you fail a saving throw, you're allowed to re-roll it, but you must use the second result even if it's lower.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. Just never used that power because I haven't failed a saving throw since.
Oh, like the saving throws to stand back up when you're unconscious and dying?
Pretty sure I haven't had any since then.
Okay. And then there's the Frostwolf Pelt, which I think Valky was like, give that to Jonas.
Yeah.
It has an interesting little
thematic,
thing on it.
So.
It is thematic. T-Rex will have a Frostwolf Pelt. The enhancement bonuses on it would be useful for a little bit until we get like our next inherent upgrade. I would gain 5 resist cold, which is not bad considering. And also as immediate reaction, I could knock an adjacent enemy that hits me prone. So
you can be the asshole who like, you knock me prone, I knock you prone.
Yeah. I like that because I do get knocked prone a lot, so
you sure do. It keeps ending up that way.
So if no one feels strong about it, I would move that around in my pile.
I say go for it. I have something occupying my next slot already, the Talon Amulet. I'd be interested. We gotta stop beating up on people who don't have magic items so that Varistrix can get something.
Yes, poor Varistrix. We need to go on a raid too.
Yeah.
New goal: get Varistrix some loot.
The only unassigned thing we have, which we've basically just kept as like a bartering chip, is the Muleback Harness, which treats someone's strength scores 5 points higher for the purposes of like carrying and moving things. And we've just like had it as like a chip to like use on someone.
Oh, I should have used that to carry the wizard around. I'm an idiot. Anyway, it's good to know it's there.
Well, finally, folks, hope you viewers and ourselves have all been suitably informed and reminded of all the cool loot that we have. It feels actually harder to keep track of because we can swap the items around more readily, and we also don't have them on our persons. They're in our treasure vaults instead. Now we can actually get on with the session. Yeah.
Yeah, imagine. So much loot. Yeah, you are on the battlefield. It ended just a bit ago. You've taken some moments to sort of breathe and relax, and your sort of minions are certainly gathering themselves up and picking themselves up, and like some of them are getting medical attention from others and such. It seems this level of threat really brought them right to the edge of breaking, and so there's quite a lot to be taken care of. They won't be useful for battle for a while, certainly. That said, they have managed to secure, at least they believe they've secured Lowlock. I mean, putting crap on top of him, and he certainly hasn't woken. Probably the physical stress of being secured isn't helping, given everything. Then again, they'll restrain him. The idea is to basically bury him down to the neck or something similar when they can gather their strength. For now, he's just there. You've shown off the Earl's head to the distant dam. Not too distant, really, though. And yeah, that's where you are. Triumphant, perhaps tired. Yeah.
My character is definitely tired. She didn't take the long rest along with everyone else, and we're all feeling that tug, the ominous tug.
Yeah. The curse is driving Yaffel's body to, or Yaffel's current incarnation, to insane risks, and well, there's a good chance that some random human might not be up for that. She is, after all, meant to die rather rapidly, so that she can leech from your souls to gain strength.
Clearly, the way to defeat her is to just stay as weak dragons. No, wait, we get more powerful as we get older. No!
Yeah. It's almost like someone thought about that.
Damn it!
Stupid divination wizards with their stupid divinations.
Fucking know it all.
Yeah, so just mumbles. As he thoughtfully chews on a bone. When he becomes Lord Tyrant of the world, divination is going to be outlawed.
Zastam probably feels the same way.
Yeah, I know. Me and Sass, we have a thing. We have an understanding, him and me.
He also likes cold and death, but probably in a different way.
You know. Tomato, tomato. I think we have a lot we can discuss. Yeah. Goodness.
Yeah. That said, the initiative is yours. It doesn't appear like anyone's coming from the dam or charging at you. Though you certainly heard a loud, wailing sound when you showed off the head. It appears that whoever is there probably has a pretty good eyesight, all things considered.
It helps that the giants are so damn big that it's not too hard to spot if something happens to them. Valky, you indicated that Veristrix wanted to fuck with Lowlog's head at some point, right? I do recall that occurring last session. Or is that just you flavor chatting? Valky's staring at me muted. He doesn't fucking know what I'm talking about. He's like, you're stupid, Grandma. Alright.
Yep. That's exactly what's happening.
I'm stupid.
I don't know how else to take that. Damn. It's cold.
It was. Well, we're not really moving Lowlog from this spot. He's a fucking hill giant, and it would take the entire everything forever to haul him away from this grove. So, yes, so basically just by necessity, we gotta keep him around this grove. He's gotta be super close to Veristrix anyway, just by the fact that we can't really haul him anywhere, unless... Hey, Valky.
Hey, sorry, I don't know. Weird stuff is happening.
It's okay, no worries. So basically by process of elimination, we gotta keep him around this grove, and around where Veristrix's lair is, unless any of you folks have a brilliant idea to haul the butcher somewhere better?
Could mule back,
Yeah, mule back on us.
You know,
So, the thing is huge. Certainly tough to haul. You could begin ordering people around to haul him, but chances are just dragging him along, you'll probably do some damage to him too. He's not in a great state right now. That said, that also means that currently he is secured for all intents.
Hauling him would mean that he'd have to be unsecured, because the way he's being kept secured also has him immobilized. We don't have ropes or chains strong enough to tether a hill giant.
I mean, just everyone remain here. All bows trained on him at all times.
Basically.
I mean, given some time, Valignus can make chains.
Right, but it's like right now. I was asking whether we had any plans.
Because
So
if he's not gonna wake up soon, and if it's a whole enterprise to move him, I think then we are before the choice of either we take a long rest now, and while we do that, we secure Lolog, move him around, and talk to him, and all of that business, or we're going to take a look at the dam before we take a rest. Leaving him here with the minions, they will have to try to control him or keep clubbing him.
I mean, again, it seems that their general plan is to dig out one of these swampy marsh pits and then put him in there, and then so sink him down to the neck, and then they'll have to figure out how to get him out if they ever need to do that.
Oh.
Okay. I like that idea. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, whose plan was that?
Is that the were-rats? Ziaze?
Yeah.
Is she suggesting that?
Yeah, no, definitely.
You know what? I think she deserves a reward. I think Ziaze deserves the muleback harness. That was my plan anyway. I think the were-rats have proven to be useful. I think they'll continue to do so. It's not like the harpies are going to make much use out of the muleback harness. Give it to her. It's my suggestion. She's had creative initiative, and that entire were-rat group has not been too useless. It's been helpful, and will continue to be.
It is such a weird gift for services rendered.
I mean, it also, we're dragons, and it demonstrates here, your life must be full of hardship. Let's have it easier as you continue to serve me with a muleback harness. That's how I think of it.
I mean...
I'm helping you to help me more.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, they gotta move Lolog somehow, right? It just makes it easier. Like, look at you thinking of good ideas. Here's your reward. Continue to think of good ideas, and I will continue to help you help me. We can think about it, I guess, for the time being. I'm all for flying out to the overside of the mountains and having a look at, not just, the land, but also the dam itself.
Yes.
Let's scout it out.
Just stay out of boulder throwing range.
Yes, for sure.
Sure. So do you give over the muleback harness, or?
I think we don't have it on us right now, but we will.
Yeah.
It's, one of the hordes somewhere. At least that's what I want to do with it.
I don't have anything immediate I want to use it for. The only thing I would use it for is, sell it or break it down to Residium or something. It's not immediately useful to us.
Yeah.
As it is.
So, because we're dragons, you might always just fucking take it from her at some point in the future. Who knows, right?
One thing before we head out that I would like to do is to have Verstrix brew a potion for me, a potion healing. Now, I have the gold to spend, but I don't know what Manaki has decided about this before. I can spend 50 gold and have a potion, or do I need to have a caravan go and buy materials?
That's
for
what
50
I did.
gold.
I have 200 gold of alchemical reagents for brewing potion.
Yeah, and you have a ritual, I believe, to make potions.
Yep.
Can we gather ingredients from the valley?
Potentially. Yeah. I mean, it's probably not something you do yourself.
One ingredient I know is dragon blood.
Not for potions of healing, I think.
Other type of enhancements.
Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, brewing a potion and looking at the ritual take an hour?
Yep. Component cost is the cost of the thing you want to brew.
Yeah.
50 gold for a potion of healing.
I would like a potion of healing.
I mean, Vertilus not going to be opposed to like taking like 60, 90 minutes to fucking like have a nap, have a siesta. You take as long as you want. That you can have as many potions as you want. As a matter of fact, it's gonna be right here beneath this tree.
Sure. Give him 50
Because
gold and he'll make one for you.
yeah, sure, you can add 50 gold.
Hey. It'll take an hour to get up what he has to make one.
Good. Now I have something I can use when I'm dying, or someone else is dying.
There's a good use of them.
Hmm.
Since we really don't have anyone.
It's the oh no, I don't have a heal. I don't have trained heal. Still,
That's exactly what that is.
it means that pour this into there.
One thing I was also meaning to ask in relation to like buying stuff from the outside, how do you handle obtaining new rituals?
Buy them.
Yeah,
That's
buy
what
them.
I did. I bought mine.
I mean, you would buy them from outside if they're like a spell thing, because you buy materials and like scrolls and stuff, right?
Yeah.
It explains how to do them. I imagine similarly, you would like for your martial stuff, you'd probably buy like it would just be like training,
Like a manual or
like
something.
manuals and tools for that manner to actually do the thing.
Okay. So
I mean,
whenever an
given the
opportunity-
flavor, given the flavor, we might be able to work something out with Veliknith. He can kind of make his own tools, and the dwarves certainly might be able to teach him something about metallurgy.
Yeah, good.
So,
Not something for in session though.
yeah, I suppose everyone just sort of waits around while Varstrix. It is right next to his home, really, where I assume he keeps his like brewing things. He's got like a cauldron or something.
Yeah, he's got some tools. I feel like the ritual itself, whatever he has to actually pour it into, I feel like he might just the magic itself just like I know it's a weird comparison, but like the Mickey Mouse thing where like he animates things to do things for him. I feel like part of the ritual is kind of doing that instead for him. Might not even need a cauldron for it, just like
Oh, it's mixing in the air and like
Yeah.
flowing bubbles or floating bubbles
yeah, doesn't need tools, just the magic.
sitting there. Imagining it and then having it be that way.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, sure. So now you got the potion.
Hooray! I feel safe again.
It's been back put in the bog. Where it's sticking pretty fast in the soft mud. Seem very good at that.
Good for
Doesn't seem
you,
like they,
yes.
They're pretty good at overcoming, hurt, damage. Yeah, I mean, you can wait until Lolog awakes. You could certainly go take a look at the dam.
Might as well take a look while we're waiting.
Sure. Going closer and taking sort of a scouting run, you can do easily enough. You've got an idea of how far these rocks can fly, and although it is unpleasantly far, you certainly can fly out of range. Simply enough. Upon the top of the dam, you can see a giant with a pile of rocks. Seems like he has got almost infinite, or as many as he would ever need, basically. And with him seem to be a few orcs with bows as well, who look at you, keeping watch from above. Beyond that, there's a couple of huts made of what seem to be logs, sort of piled together, and then river mud, or this like good mud from the valley, having been used to sort of pad up a bunch of different pieces of wood to make sort of a wooden mud hut, or two of them, that is around the dam. Probably because the dam isn't that, like, it's a big, huge dam, but it's not that big if you're a giant and you live in it. Giants are really, really big too. Around you can see a couple humans and orcs sort of looking up as you do. Certainly seems like there's a few ogres and more of the riffraff, so to speak, than there have been in the groups that left.
And they are on high alert, like they're.
They see you, and yeah, they look at you, judging your distance.
No surprise, what with everything that just happened recently.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So, do we see the mad giant? Is he pacing back and forth, roaring at us, or like is he gone from the walls? Like, can we spot the mad giant?
Well, yes, it's easy enough to see him. He seems to have a mane of mad sort of outgrowing dirty hair, and he's sort of letting out like distant, like roaring grunt sounds. Yeah, he sort of is pacing a bit, like grabbing rocks and like hitting them onto each other and such. He seems almost feral in his.
Not too expected.
I guess. A bit surprised that the rest of his minions are seemingly sticking around. If he's like completely lost it, and they've obviously seen that the Earl is dead.
Well,
You would think they would try to steal away.
It just happened, A, and the information we have about him is from the Harpies, B. We don't know how they're going to react in the coming days, weeks. I certainly wouldn't want to kill this hill giant that I'm fucking quitting right now. Or even try to leave. What with, the whole, like, me try to leave results in me dying, because he can reach me from anywhere, right? Don't be dumb, I'm just gonna leave the dam, walk away. It might be different tomorrow, could be different next week or next month. Or they might be so stupid that they're in it for the long haul. We don't know.
Yeah, at some point we're just gonna have to poke them, so.
Is there a way of approaching the dam that isn't straight up into the open?
Well, the dam is pretty long on either side, though most of the bits of it are sort of broken and just leave sort of a wall of fallen rock. The region that is inhabited of it is sort of the central region, where sort of the gates to basically let water flow through in the ancient times when it was in use are. They've sort of been repurposed now as just pathways to walk through the dam. Presumably in ancient times there have been some sort of probably like wooden construction, but that's long gone. Should sort of been improvised by the hill giants who use it. The dam by itself has pretty open terrain around. You could certainly try to sneak close, but given that they have a good position, it is not an easy task to sneak up on the skilled sneaker. We manage it.
Yes, the legendary stealthy dragons that all of us chose. There
Yeah.
are some.
The fifth Black Dragon member who's so stealthy you don't even know he's here.
Yeah, it's not
The
even
black
right.
dragons, gray dragons, or whatever the fuck. But no, we didn't end up like that.
Mhm.
All right. Well, considering that their account, like the number of them, is pretty beefy, like equal roughly to what we fought whenever we fought Lolog.
So again, it seems like it's much fewer in the ogre account and more in the orc and human.
Yeah. So there's that at least. But considering how we needed to use the entire valley to deal with what the Serpentine Earl had, and then use ourselves to deal with what Lolog had, I don't know about this whole damn thing.
No,
It,
I mean, what are they gonna do in the meantime while we just sit around? Nothing.
I mean, what are they going to do for the rest of forever? Come out into the valley because that works so well for
Exactly.
the Earl. It's just like build a trebuchet, flings himself.
Whee! Shoots himself up to the mountains. Yes, I agree. What are they to do? Their leaders are dead. We have literally spiked them, outside of his home. We have his brother captive, which might lure him out.
Could be.
If not, I mean, what's he gonna do?
Was he going to hire mercenaries?
Well, Gaius and Tiberius might. They will say that they might have some insight. As them and the orcs really used to live in this damn.
Tyraxus' head swivels around.
They cower and apologize.
How did you get on this mountain peak?
Exactly. As he sits on top of a fallen rock in the camp.
But it is something to consider that they have.
Yeah, no, Tyraxus slaps, his claw and said, "Who said that?"
Patron, is
I
that
think
you?
at first they're both quiet. Not wanting to point to the other one because maybe it's good, but not wanting to volunteer because maybe it's bad.
Tyraxus' eyes thin. Dangerously.
Look at each other, judging, weighing the odds of it being good versus it being bad. Then Gaius will sort of raise his sort of grey hand.
Tyraxus points at him and says, "Excellent. Step forward. Explain."
Tiberius looks sour, and as Gaius will explain this, my lord, the mad giant, Hackador, his name, he just roars and grumbles. He is simple, I think, more than the others. Master, he was always afraid of Lolog, didn't like him, and Lolog beat him, ever so savagely. But the Earl didn't like that. He commanded that it end. Lolog was frustrated with his feral nature, his he could not be counted on, he said. But the Earl, well, he doted on him. He had a affinity for the stupid and the weak, as I'm sure you saw with Burgle. Almost thinking of them as his treasures. He enjoyed feeling superior. I believe that is why he sent me, particularly, to the to serve another.
Mm-hmm.
Just taking the chance to sort of.
Yeah. For sure. Tyraxus will make a note, like a mental note, to maybe ask Valagnith to maybe make some new weapons or something for these guys. They've been fighting for him a long while, and it seems to him that they need some proper gear. Maybe like what do they wear? Scale, chain.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Like
maybe
medium, middle, and then they have the longbows and the longswords.
All right. Maybe like a
They do.
a long bow with some dragon heads inlay, or something fancy like that.
Yeah.
To show what they are. All right. Well, he will nod, and then he will say, "So, the creature is not amenable to reason. I am taking it."
So look at each other and shake their. My lord, in my unworthy opinion, I could, of course, not imagine the limits that might exist to your own capability and power, but to me, it would be entirely unapproachable. Anyone getting too close will be thrown off the dam.
Tyraxus nods slowly. And he will move a claw Rahal to indicate that if there is anything else.
He is most likely going to stick around, and, well, given the treasure that is in that place, I can only imagine those who are left will be most happy to take over the control. Hagador is not going to make a claim on anything. He's just going to kill anything that comes within sight. I don't believe new recruits would be able to even be brought to the dam. But with the treasure, the ones there, they could live happily ever after, my lord.
Director snorts and says, "Is there any other way of approaching the dam that is underground, perhaps? One of the old pipes?" He looks around. Being crushed from afar seems dangerous.
Don't believe so, my lord. Apologies, but the ground around the dam is very muddy. It is dug deep into the earth to prevent it from... if there was such a thing, I do not know about it. We always stayed up high, as we were told.
Do giants have dark vision?
I don't know.
Draxus looks questioningly over to Restrix.
What does he know about them?
Give me a nature check.
I can give you one. Not gonna be very good though. Let me see. 2. Oh, nice. 2.
Actually, giants are magical, so I can make that a Arcana check.
Okay, I will roll Arcana.
Natural magical beast.
Mm.
Weird.
Wow, with a 13. Wow.
All right. Well, giants can probably see like in some light, but if you put them in the pitch black, probably not.
Okay.
Like at night, they're probably fine, like you are, but in the Underdark, they're not fine.
Okay.
Except for
So-
like fire giants.
Approach through the Underdark.
I was considering approaching from the air at night, to avoid being shot out, but
Well, the moonlight would make it dim. Let's see. We used
It
that
would
rule
help.
before.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
Oh yeah, it'd probably help.
Like at night is easier because you don't make those giant shadows on the ground that are beautifully ominous, but
Draxus
Very-
does like a shadow when he's flying.
yeah, they're like it looks so massive.
Yeah.
It's up high.
Valignith, the thing you had the dwarves do whenever they were ransacking that old bandit camp. Would they do that again at the dam? Try to knock them off the top of it?
I don't know. It's one thing to get range on these boulders. It's a whole different issue to also have it go up. I wouldn't count on it, especially trying to, well, catch them off guard. If they simply go inside, then we can pound the dam all we like, but probably not make much of a dent.
She nods, not expecting that it would have borne fruit, but curious all the same.
If we wanted to knock down the dam, then a ram of salt might do the trick, but we'd need some very large trees.
She shakes her head. Even as broken down as the thing is, it was built by giants.
Given
There ought to be something to break it down, though.
I don't know, given the size of how big it seems to be when described, I don't think we could even do anything to it.
No.
It certainly isn't as wide as it is tall. But yeah, I mean, knocking it down, there's places where it's already like crumbled down, and it's still like a wall where it is crumbled. Knocking it down would be more difficult probably than dealing with whatever is there. It would not be a simple process.
We might bury all the treasure on accident. While I do enjoy digging around in stuff in general, I'd rather just have the treasure. It's raining in the background.
Would that be something?
Bertolus says, "We'll take the dam then at some point or another. If any of those fool bandits are thinking of raiding that treasure and then leaving, then it's not them we're worried about. It's the damn giant."
But we
Yeah.
are worried about the treasury being raided, because that means less for us.
Well, they're going to take it away from where the hill giant can throw.
True.
Draxus looks concerned, and he will say, "I think it is better that we seize the treasure from the giant sooner than later. You have felt it too, have you not? The curse is making itself quite bothersome as of late. If we can seize the treasury in time, we can use some of its resources to construct proper defenses for us. There might come a time when we will not be so energetic that we can defend ourselves and must have others do it for us. Treasure is a powerful motivator."
I agree, our time is pressing. I too feel the pull of her machinations, but the treasure should be taken. I do not think we have the time, nor, well, we should not take the risk of losing it.
I am for resting up and regaining our strength before attacking the dam. It seems appropriate, but we should do it as soon as we can, I think.
Our rest would be a lot sweeter on more gold.
Yes.
Why wait to take gold a week from now when we could take it now?
Exactly.
It would be... Can I invoke a compulsion here, Grimmeth?
Sure.
No effort wasted. If
What
you
does that
had
mean?
all your resources available, it would be less effort than now when you are so bruised and battered as you are. Would you not say?
I'll fucking take that compulsion. Bertolif blinks and says, "That said, all three of you did have a good rest, and I didn't. I deserve something. There's a lot of rotting corpses up north where they killed all the animals. I'll eat those. I'll have a party with the harpies, and then I'll have a nice sit down in my poison and relax and even dig a little bit. Yeah. We'll get the gold later."
It's not going anywhere.
It's like, I mean, what are they gonna do?
Probably.
Kill the gold?
How much can one
So-
person carry? I mean,
They'll just weigh themselves down and die, and then we'll go get the gold later.
So what you're saying is you wouldn't mind if we split the gold freeway rather than four.
I'm saying if you think that you can handle it without me, by all means.
Can we?
No.
I am proud, but I am not an idiot. We would do best to wait until we are all ready to take the dam.
Fine.
Besides, I need some time with our friend here.
Draxus looks around. Yes, him. You will move over here, settle down on this rock, looking at Lolog, and then he will tap a claw on the rock, and he will say, "Phaedron, to me."
Phaedron does the sort of teleportation step to appear right slightly behind Tolaxos.
Yes. Draxus will look to him and say, Take my forces back to the quarry and begin construction as we have discussed."
As you say.
Draxus lays
He'll
down.
bow. Away.
Lays down
Good
again.
deal.
Grabs Grabs some meat shanks from one of the ogres. Chews on it thoughtfully.
Lots of muscle in those things.
Mm-hmm. T-Rex settles down, indicating that he is ready to rest, contemplate his things, eat some meat, and have a look at Lolog at some point. Not
Alright.
really letting him leave his sight, even if he can't move, because he has certainly shown how dangerous he is.
Given that he's staying here, most of the usual minions begin to split up and go to their own.
I think Verlith would normally be interested in a great conversation, but she looks at Veristrix and thinks to herself, that fucker can handle this. He's by Veristrix's damn lair anyway. I'm leaving. So she's going to take the harpies, is ask whether they want to go party, going to go all the way up to the north where all those bodies are that we chased with fire in the Grand Stampede. We're just going to eat and eat and eat and eat, because she really likes those harpies now. She really is coming along to their mindset.
They like burnt charred flesh, and
Gonna fucking hang out with them for a long while, and then probably go fetch that damn Yulbek harness to give to Ziaze.
They rip meat out with their talons and eat it.
Just a few days ago, some of the bodies are rotting, and she breathes poison on them. They're really great, and she enjoys them. It was wonderful. Let fucking Veristrix, the almighty, omnipotent purple dragon with the mind tricks, do it.
You can almost, when seeing the harpies eat, normally you can almost forget that they're like some sort of monstrous beasts, in the way that they can speak and use tools and sort of, have you can have a general conversation with them. But when they eat, it's pretty grotesque. It's giant haunches ripped off, and then sort of in a bird-like swallow with their head moved up, you can sort of see massive gulps pulling it down their gullet.
Grimmeth would certainly find that unnerving. Vertilith, the supreme predator that she is, I think she looks at that and she's really identifying with these harpies. They really speak to her. They haven't twisted and horrifically mangled the land like those Spellscarred cultists do. They've been very valuable. They'll continue to be useful. She's coming to appreciate them in a way she hasn't with anything else in this valley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, she certainly. They seem to be glad to be accepted here, and be allowed to utilize their abilities. Anything that is plague changed is mostly hunted across the land, or hunting something else.
Well, they certainly speak to her, and she certainly accepts them. All right, I'm done.
All right. The rest of you waiting for Lolok to awaken, which, he does eventually. Basically, the way you can hear it is a bit of a shudder, and then the sort of swamp water letting out big gulps as he moves his body, moving the mud around. Even buried to the neck, he seems to still have the ability to actually wiggle and sort of twist in the mud.
Okay. Very successful.
Big ogre's groan.
Verisix will approach him. How? All right. Does he say anything? Does he see Verisix and do anything?
He seems to still be in the process of awakening. He is pretty hurt, and also doesn't have his armor, which seems to, as he sort of moves. It seems like he probably doesn't take that thing off often.
Right.
He turns and such. Moves, tries to get an idea of what's going on. Slowly opening his small beady eyes. Not really so small, but small for his size. As he looks at Veristrix right in front of him.
Veristrix gives him a sinister smile, as a dragon could do, and begins to speak. Says
he settles down, stops moving, but almost he goes very quiet, sort of a contemplative, gathering his strength sort of quiet.
Lolog, the butcher, your earl, your brother, is dead. It would be too much mercy to grant you death after how much of an obstacle you've been to our efforts. No. We would use you. You will work for us and do our bidding. I do not expect you to accept such a thing without resistance, but do not worry. I have time, and there is a limit to how much your mind can take before you fold to me eventually. And Veristrix kind of leans closer. Lola can hear his words in his mind instead as he says, I will take the dam, the valley. It will be mine. I will not grant you the debt you desire. Instead, you will live your life in servitude to me.
He looks at Veristrix. And then he looks past him to the head on the spike, the blubberous body still there. Sort of broken apart, almost as some sort of deep sea fish brought too high up. She looks back to Frostwolf and says, "You broke the body."
Yes.
He coughs a little bit, like so far down that his neck, he doesn't really have. He has like a bull neck, so they sort of buried him quite far down, and some of the swamp water is getting in his face and mouth. Sputters and tries a little bit, not caring too much for it, but hard to speak with it constantly annoying him. That is foolish.
Would you care to entertain me as to why?
You killed my brother. You will kill me too, if I am not mistaken. You will kill my other brother as well, fool as he is. If that is how it must be, then I have at least fulfilled my place in the hierarchy. I would have relished killing you. I was close. If only I had not been cursed with brothers who are less than they could be.
You misunderstand. I am not going to kill you. No, that would be too easy. I would use you to work for me instead. However, right now I cannot guarantee your servitude, but that can be fixed.
The All-Father once ruled all this continent before your kind came to challenge him. Our kinds have been enemies since time began. I do my part, as we all do in the hierarchy of the All-Father. And my part is this. Yet I do not see why and how you would convince me to do otherwise.
It would be foolish to think I could convince you with words, no. It might take time, but eventually I would... He smiles. You would stay here until you accept. I have methods to make you, well, change your mind.
Traxxas looks up from the haunch he's eating, and he says, I didn't take you for a pious creature, Lolog. I saw more in you a vicious pragmatism.
Looks over, or tries to, in the mud. It's hard for him to turn. You can sort of hear a long sort of slurping sound as he begins to push his shoulders through the mud. Face. Raxus. It is pragmatic. But you have killed my family. I can never serve you. This you must understand. Nor do I see a reason why I should. You wish to take the dam. but the dam is giant make, and we are its stewards.
First of all, we only killed one of your family, so maybe that's not that bad, right?
And the last one you want dead anyway.
No, not dead. Educated, perhaps.
Maybe Veristrix could teach him.
Yes, wouldn't that be something?
Well, if you say he
Try.
is less learned than you, I'm sure I could do something. If you want an opportunity to, well, dissuade your lesser brother, perhaps that could be
Fears
arranged.
me rightly. Me and only me.
So that might be a chance for you to save him then, if that is what you want.
Looks out to Rexus.
Honestly, Draxus rolls his shoulders. If your brother walked free, walked away from here, never came back, I wouldn't care. We want the dam because it's there.
Without me, he would never make it.
Draxus shrugs again, and then says, well, then both of you join us. Think of it. Think of what you can become. You speak of these ambitions, training, the future, hierarchy. He waves a claw. All of that will be gone if you die here. But if you bend the knee, if you serve us, you will have quite a glorious future, I can say.
We already serve. You understand. We have masters in the clouds, and they have masters above them on the highest peaks of these mountains.
It would seem that right now, at this very moment, they have forsaken you.
It's a long way up to the peaks from where you are.
It is we who have forsaken them. It is our duty to protect their constructions. That is the rule of my clan. Our place in the hierarchy. We defend. We obey. He says, a little reluctantly perhaps.
We do not seek to destroy the dam. Merely
Not
use
yet,
it.
anyways.
What would you use it for? It seems you have little purpose of such a thing. It truly serves little purpose as it is.
Draxus. No, go on.
Restrix shrugs and says, it is hard to gauge the use of such a, well, landmark when we have your brother flinging boulders at us as we pass. But it seems to be useful for defense. It is a
Well,
point of access into the valley.
To slowly sort of wiggle and move, beginning to push himself out of the mud a little bit, clearing his sort of neck. With big sort of slurping sound, it does.
Okay.
Draxus eyes it suspiciously and carefully. It's fine if he pushes his head up a little bit so he can speak easier, but if he starts
Doesn't
getting
he?
about like shoulder level, that's the time to beat this down.
Well, what does Vellinger think he's trying to accomplish by wiggling himself out? Is he like intending to make an opportunity to attack us, or is he just uncomfortable?
Let's see your check.
Assuming insight. You know, Vellinger doesn't really care too much. Like,
Yeah, well,
he appreciates the construction of the
Lolok's
dam.
probably. I mean, you know, who knows? Lolok's probably pretty strong, and he certainly can push himself up. And really, if Valakness was in the same situation, wouldn't he want to use his strength to do
Yeah.
something?
He has no armor, he has no weapon. What can he really do? It's not like he's a dragon with claws who can never be unarmored or unarmed. We are so much better.
Vertrix will say, my friend here, as he points the talon at Tilraxos, offers you a far more, a lesser cruel option than what I had in store for you. It would be wise to think of his offer. There is really no other alternative right now.
Praxis looks over. He's like, you've seen what Verstrix does. He twists the minds of lesser creatures. Your own minions attacked you, danced to his slightest whim. You really are better off serving willingly, trust me. At least then you have a soul.
It's a bad cop, good cop routine here.
You misunderstand the situation, I think. You could kill me, but that would gain you nothing. Torture me, but that would also gain you nothing. But perhaps the petty satisfaction of doing so. Yet, he looks over to his brother's head, you have parted the head of a giant earl. In these mountains, that is not done. You would need me more than I would need you.
Tyraxus quirks his bridge above his eyes and say, I doubt it. But we are loath to throw away interesting opportunities, and you are one of those. If you can convince us that you would be useful and loyal to us, then yes, you may live and serve us. If not, well, then your story ends here. All your dreams and wishes unfulfilled. You die in a mud pit, in the sight of your brother's cut off head, and the roars of your idiot to a, other brother on the dam, roaring at the stars.
If I agree, what would you do? Let me go?
Looks him up and down. The valley still needs to be patrolled and enforced, and that is something you are familiar with. That would be the most ready available option, I would think, after we, well, have ensured that you can be trusted with such a task.
And how do you intend to ensure that?
Indeed, that is the question, is it not? Leans forward a little bit. How would you suggest you convince us that you can be loyal?
He looks at you. Looks at his brother's head. And doesn't say anything.
A fitting religious funeral, perhaps, for your brother, he shrugs. Maybe imprison your idiot brother. Keep him as a hostage to keep you under control. That could be an option.
Vertrix smile.
Much as it pains me, there is only one solution. My brother will have to be buried, the rites will have to be spoken, and he will leave this place if all is done and said well. There will be need of a new earl. I shall take that position and rule there with my brother. We shall not bother you in this valley anymore. It has clearly cost us enough. You will be allowed to go free, even after my brother's murder. And I will continue to keep the dam for the day when the Masters of the Clouds shall desire it.
Oh, no.
I mean,
That sounds like a shit deal.
I'd more prefer
If you desire tribute, that can be done. I am less capricious.
I mean, that's not too bad of a deal, considering he runs the one point of entry to the valley and also gives us tribute. I mean, that is
well enough in Draconic. Assuming we've been speaking in common here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
To communicate
Oh, I
with the giant, we'll say in Draconic instead. This is just such a waste of time. He can promise us the world, but that doesn't mean he's gonna keep it, and obviously he's not gonna join us willingly, because apparently family is a big deal, even though I don't get it. So I propose that we stack a bunch of logs on top of him, set them on fire, and eat baked giant later.
I will offer you this. We take the dam, but who will we leave there to protect it? We do not have enough.
What is there to protect? We just put someone there to keep watch, to see who enters the valley and who exits, and then we deal with it whenever the time comes.
And if someone bigger than the Earl eventually decides to roll up at our doorstep?
You make it sound like having Lolog over there controlling the dam would change anything about that. If someone large comes into this valley and wants to stomp all over us, they will. Whether we have a giant at the dam or not.
I would think it would be a better deterrent than whatever we could post there to most common folk that would attempt to, well, encroach on our area.
I don't think we're at the point where we can rely on, as much as I honestly hate to say it, rely on our strength to oppose the forces in this world that would have us dead. I think it would be better to just have our lairs wherever we like and then protect ourselves as well as we can, but in the end, if something overpowering wants us dead, I don't think we are strong enough to oppose it. So whether or not we have an unreliable giant at the dam changes nothing in that equation.
Without oaths of fealty and other ways of ensuring his loyalty, I do not like the idea of setting him free. If he would take his brother and leave the valley, go east or south or wherever, and never bother us again, then perhaps, just to be rid of the problem. But since he insists on staying so close, and insists on not bowing to us, that presents a bit of a trust issue, does it not? He shrugs. If he establish a tithe that he pays us and lets travelers pass that we desire to have passed, then he could work as a glorified gatekeeper, which I would be fine with. I'm just concerned that he might get ideas and try to come after us again. Or help potential enemies of us gain access to the valley when we would want him to do the exact opposite.
If you can't intimidate someone into helping you, as you enjoy to do, and you can't offer anything to pretend there's some cooperation going on, as I like to do, then there's no third option.
There is a sort of mind wipe control thing that I think Verstrix does from time to time. Maybe that
I
can be
have
made.
yet to see that work that effectively.
Perhaps
And
it's
long term.
not. Yeah, the long term is. I've seen it work plenty effectively. Long term, looks up to Verstrix. I don't know how it works.
He shrugs. I tire of this back and forth. If you two are still tossing between whether to trust him or not, there is no defined way. And if so, kill him and be done with it.
I still vote for Baked Giant.
Treasure shrugs. I am fine with killing him. Just an interesting opportunity to gain a minion that is competent.
And also unreliable and under control of apparently giants living in clouds. That's ridiculous.
Obviously, his cloud-bound masters haven't seen fit to visit him. Shakespeare said, giant superstition, no doubt.
Right. Out of interest of not having this dragon too long, what do we want to do?
I'm mostly playing devil's advocate here. I don't have any personal investment in this guy.
If he would take his brother and leave, I would say let him leave. Kill two problems with one stone. We don't have to fight his crazy brother. We will get all the gold done. If he insists on staying around, we can't have him staying around if he doesn't work for us. He's too dangerous.
What he said was he's going to stay around. So, unless you can somehow convince him to leave, which you are certainly far better at doing than I am, then perhaps we have an ally. If not, then I guess we'll just have to get rid of him.
As far as I'm concerned, this is just a few steps into an immense bargain / power play / let me go, wink wink. Like, Lolog was just making an offer of what it would do in exchange for letting him go. Like, and of course that's really extreme on his end, according to us, because of course, you start extreme and then you end up with a compromise. You whittle things down. Ultimately, what we have is power position where we could just leave him rot here for a bit. Maybe send someone to, like, give him food. Leave someone to fucking murder him if he actually is really going to try to escape. He doesn't have any of his gear, though. The longer he takes, the worse things we do to his heritage. I mean, so long as he's alive and wants to serve, then we can keep things he cares about intact. Not just his other brother, but the dam itself. It'd be a real shame if we were to devote ourselves to destroying that dam just to upset him now, wouldn't it? Just some thoughts. I'm not there, so I can't, do crazy green dragon shit, but that's my opinion as Grimmeth.
I mean, yeah, I would like to have him. I don't see I see the potential issue of letting him go and having him as an enforcer for us. No doubt he'll get some ideas and maybe have some sort of plan. But like, this was always going to be I can't see any other way we would have him work for us. So when making this goal initially, I don't really know what the plan was to have for him otherwise then.
I personally was just gonna let him rot there for a while, see what he wanted, and just have a chat with him. We dragons live for a long time, and he can just stay there for all I care.
Yeah.
It's basically just like, instead of imprisoning someone to the top of a tower, it's sticking them in a fucking swamp.
That's fair. I'm just bringing the attention to the fact that we thought about recruiting him as a goal, but when you think about what recruiting him means, basically he'd be doing what he offered to do. So,
no, what he offered to do isn't beneath us. We don't have any ownership or pull over that idea at all. We're acting to trust him. Sure. While we're asleep, he's like, totally, I'll help watch over and protect these things, sly wink, as the adventurers from Elm come in.
Oh yeah, of course. But I mean, it was always the case of we wouldn't there was no way to trust him. So
Sure. It's always going to end up being like a compromise for us too, in how much how much leash we're willing to give him. But it doesn't have to be decided right now.
no, it doesn't.
We're dragons. We have time. Lolog ain't going anywhere.
If there is a favorable position for him to take under our choice, I mean, we can give the ultimatum that sure you can do that, or the dam and his brother will suffer the consequences. But I mean, I don't really think he's going to be convinced the way he is right now. So maybe we should just leave him.
The way he is right now may not be how he is once he sees how dedicated we are.
Sure. Put some logs back on him. Have the old man sit here and tell him stories.
That's a good idea, actually.
That should
keep
him company for a couple of weeks. And after that, maybe he's more amenable.
Yes, we could post the wizard here to just have a daily chat with him about whatever he would like to chat about.
Sure.
Don't kill him though.
No, the wizard thinks that maybe about him could have a shared perspective on what power can do for you and why anyone would want it.
And how futile some things can be.
Oh yeah, it's all pointless.
Yeah.
Why even try to get out of the mud? Why even bother?
Why bother?
Yeah. If the old man will go in the mud and just...
maybe not so close.
Why not?
Maybe not so close. Bereshix will warn him against going too near him.
Oh, he'll be fine.
Strongly
Poor
recommend. I suppose, actually, if he does and he touches them, then the golems are going to have some
they're
ogre to
walking
punch.
about.
So
Golems are going to pound him.
yeah. So yep. Wizard has been officially posted as Lolog. Torture duty. I mean, the talk. Daily talk duty.
He'll converse.
Yeah, social visits.
Imagine all the stories we heard from that wizard, and then imagine not being able to ignore the wizard or walk away from the wizard. Oh, let me just plug my
I can't move.
Shit.
Wiggle further down in the mud. Drown.
So someone comes
by, has killed himself by drowning himself in the mud.
I mean, if he's that dedicated, I guess that answers the question for us then.
Yes. Let's see what hells we can unleash. Mad wizard, guard him.
I mean, really, as far as I'm concerned, Lolog ended up doing us a favor in the grand scheme of things. Basarek Bonedad has suffered an untimely consequence, so this is our reward to Lolog.
Yeah. Bonedad is just gone.
Waiting for whoever Lord Asmodeus sends next to check on the place.
Bone Mom.
Oh my god. Are you ready to nurse at me, sweetie? Oh god, no! Please. I'm sorry.
It's being one of those weird tentacle devils that were...
Oh my god, I'm horrified.
Yeah.
Well, gotta get this out of my head.
The one that imprisoned Jake's character in her tentacles. Yeah, Theodora. Yes. Whatever devil she was.
Alright, so the ruling is to let Lolog there stew in the mud. Make sure that he doesn't starve to death. Have the wizard entertain him, wink. And we go about not attacking the dam right now. On the road to taking a long rest, but we'll see whether something interrupts that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you are going each day, probably working on your layers, presumably. Maybe.
I certainly am.
Don't know if Velignith is. He hasn't really committed as hard to the tomb as other.
So, how does Velignith feel about moving into where Basarek used to stay and becoming the new guardian of the ritual place?
Oh, that's actually an interesting idea. I mean, it's empty now, right?
Yeah.
Surely.
It got torn up a little bit, but I mean, I feel like they can just make it better. He's had years of studying that place.
It's also somewhat closer to the Promised Passage. Which
It's
is
closer
good.
to the dwarves.
It's pretty big, sandy, has rooms.
I mean, it was awkward when a bunch of dragons were living there with imps and a bone devil, but if it's just Valignith himself...
It's like moving in his dead old house, you know. A lot of memories, but
Basarek would appreciate it.
it looks also like someone has trashed through the place, like broken a lot of pillars and stuff, you know, knocked some walls down.
I mean, Valignant would have done that as well, so that's not really an issue.
The facade's been damaged by giant boulders.
You know what? I like that idea. It's not like Valignant has so many possessions at this point that he can't easily move. The only difficult thing is his anvil.
I
You make
thought
it work.
I was hoping you'd be interested in that. Yeah, cool.
He goes to live in the ritual tomb. Yeah, so you find the ritual room. Currently, it's just a round room full of like dust and sand. No visible signs of the ritual. Though there is sort of a pressure almost in here. The presence of probably powerful magic, even if there's no visible door or anything.
Maybe that powerful magic can help Valignith in his pursuit of rune crafting.
Maybe. Who knows? He doesn't.
He's gonna go to sleep where he used to, maybe. He was so wanting to leave it, and now he's back.
I know. If the truth is revealed in destruction, the hill giants took care of that for you. You can see everything now, all laid bare.
They didn't do it right, though.
Of course they did. No one does it right, like Dad does.
Exactly.
And who would ever suspect, especially among us, that you moved to live there? No one.
What So you all just sort of work on your lairs, presumably.
I think Valignant would sort of split up his time as moving over into the tomb, although I'm not entirely sure what he would actively change on it. Maybe he'd fetch like the artisan and reconstruct some of the walls more to his liking and such. Set up the area where he's gonna do his forging. But he would also like to actually
Break down that
build
one
some more.
that one place that Verlith used to sleep on. You know.
A beautiful perch that she could always keep an eye on Basarek.
Destroy Torax's room, you know.
No, he wouldn't do that. In fact, that would more be a reason to leave those intact. He wants to have a place that impresses. And if the others come over and see all their little niches where they used to be
Piles of
still
stone.
there.
It didn't seem
Play
so
hoard.
small back then. Puts a
Find a
claw on
little
it.
sand hole used to dig into.
Yeah.
This was where I killed the imp.
Yeah, for the fifth time. All the like weird, elaborate little mazes Veristrix has dug out in the back.
Yeah, Valignant would like to split his time between working on his lair, ideally with the help of Mr. Master Artisan,
Mm-hmm.
helping the dwarves, and also maybe working on acquiring those extra martial practices.
Sure. I think like given that it's like smithing, the dwarves would have a pretty good idea of how to do that. And you can yeah. I think spending time doing that is a reasonable way.
All right.
Pay the cost for tools and whatnot, and then as you work with them, perhaps more than having them teach him.
Yeah.
Develop his own skills. He hasn't held a hammer a lot, so he instinctively might know somewhat what to do with it.
I mean, Valignant wouldn't use a hammer. He would use the back of his tail, pretty much.
Smacking into things. Still, it can be precision work at times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. halfway through your rest here, one evening when the old man comes back to Varistrix, he always blabbers. I don't know how much does Varistrix usually listen to him?
He doesn't really let him stop because eventually he'll come out with something useful.
Right. Well, it seems like he's been halfway through something when Varistrix actually sort of hears something that might matter. Probably toning out a bit of all the drivel.
Okay.
It has the most strange aura. If I was still sane, I'd say it was necromancy. Now I suppose I don't really know.
Necromancy.
Oh yes, like being watched, really. Angry eyes, if you will. A Tuesday.
Oh. What was that in relation to again, Manaki? Like, is this just from...
As Varstrix asks, perhaps, the old man began talking about how he, in the morning, went out to Lolog, and then tell all the stories that he began telling Lolog. And then he'll say that this day it was a little weird, because it was like the whole place was observed from the outside. He looked around, but there was no one under the rocks or anything, so, maybe he's just a little bit more sane than usual and noticed something he normally might not.
That is certainly troubling.
Maybe the gods are looking down at him, in their mirth at his situation. Pleased with their work in invalidating everything he's ever done. And then he'll begin to talk about how pointless it is to do anything when the beings are so powerful in the world they can just take it away. If anything he ever has exists on their whims, then why should he ever care? They can clearly just give him whatever they want and take from him whatever else they want. He's not the master of his own fate after all. Nor is anyone. And so forth.
Certainly interesting, though. Clearly someone is spying. Okay. Well, Varishix will send the message to the rest of them that someone has certainly taken interest in what we're doing and is watching us. I suppose he might actually go down and check it out himself to see if there's any residual things he might be able to find, or...
Sure.
He might be thinking to himself, what if Lolog was right? If the rites weren't read, the Serpentine Earl's spirit would haunt me. Weird.
Maybe.
I mean, I wasn't the one who killed the Earl, right?
Although, necromancy just reminds Varistrix of what they had awakened very early on in their... Yeah, so he's a bit wary.
The undead giant was also a protector? Shit!
Yeah.
Yeah, he can return to the place, and it certainly, is the same place. Lolog looks a lot worse. A lot of scabs from insects and such. You can see like fire ants seems to have taken up eating from a scab wound on his scalp. So that's pretty gross and sort of leaking. Probably getting plenty infected too here with all the mosquitoes and such that live in these places. Not as many as further downstream, but it seems the smell of his wounds have sort of begun spreading and gathering things. Currently, he has his eyes closed in sort of probably like a deep state of hunger. He's probably been able to drink some of this muddy dirt water. Probably has not done well for his stomach, even though as a hill giant, he has a pretty rough, strong one. Not really been able to recover, certainly not. Nor has he really dug himself out. Yeah, I mean, so that's really his state. However, around where the Earl's head was placed, Varstrix can see a mark, basically, as if the ground has been touched by something. From the spear, javelin, the grass has begun dying in sort of a a semi sort of rough circle around it that seems to be spreading out, killing off small trees and such. The body of the Earl also seems to be rotting very fast, actually. Maybe it's because it's all like blubber, but insects don't seem to have touched it. It just seems to sort of been falling off the bones.
Huh. That is certainly not a natural phenomenon. Veristrix kind of try and identify what exactly is happening here. Obviously, it's something to do with the Earl's death, but I'd like to have a deep think about what it might be.
Sure. Give me an Arcana check.
Sure.
Or religion. Religion would work too.
I'll give an Arcana check.
Okay.
24.
This appears to be some sort of like necrotic necromancy stuff, certainly. Not something he's really a master on. Looking around at the signs, it appears that whatever has been done here is residual. Like, there's no ritual made here to kill grass or something like that. It is simply life recoiling from whatever's going on. Or 24? Yeah. Not recoiling, in fact. He's pretty sure that whatever was happening here drained life from the surrounding area to do some sort of necromancy upon this head. And as he investigates the head, it appears that the head's eyes are open, but staring out into nothing. They were certainly closed when the head was put on there.
That is...
The head does not seem animate or anything, though. Yeah.
Okay, that is extremely unusual and worrying. Veristrix would question Lowlog and basically ask, is this what you said by if the rituals weren't done, something would happen?
There's a pained groan as Lowlog opens one eye. The other one seems to have ants in it. His eye looks at Veristrix and looks to the sort of the spear. Then he groans again. It's been here for 5 days.
Yeah. Well, clearly something bad is going to happen if this is left here, so... Would the wizard know anything about this particular thing, or is he just like, oh, necromancy, weird thing, I don't know what it is? Or would he have any insight towards it?
Well, so looks at this. Oh, I wasn't sure if I was just, crazy or sane, really. This could be the work of anything. I mean, something would have to be very powerful for it to do this on its own, and I don't think I did it. I haven't seen anything either, so either it's something that works without being seen, or it is something that can work on a very large distance.
Seem without the correct way to negate or fix this, it will be a problem.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I can just stop coming here.
Oh yes, I would suggest that, but I mean more for...
Oh,
whatever.
him? No, he's dying anyway.
No, you misunderstand me.
He stopped answering a few days ago, really.
Whatever's happening here is more than just draining life for the sake of it. Something is happening. I would wish to stop it if I could.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure there's some sort of god that either supports or is against this action. So you doing anything seems sort of pointless, no? If the gods want it to happen, it will, and if they don't, then it won't. I don't think we should really concern ourselves with this.
That's
No one ever cares what I think. Lifelong wisdom, yeah. You'll learn in time.
That is a fair point. Why don't you make your way back? I'll return later. So he kind of shoots him up.
I couldn't. Doesn't really matter, does it? I'll go find some mushrooms.
Right.
Go do that.
Verishix would like to given what Lola has said before, it's clear that he knows some ritual or rite to prevent this from happening, whether or not it can be even prevented now that it has started, but Verishix would like to offer to Elite, basically give him a bit of sustenance so he doesn't just die outright. And, if he is to serve the gods above, perhaps telling him how to fix this would be in his interest in return.
Sure. Give me a heal check.
Heal check. Oh dear. Okay. Do I have any draconic essence? I don't. Okay. Well, let's give this a go.
I think you spent it all whenever you played Deceiver last session.
Yeah, I don't really have much of it.
Verishix looks at this and he can try to flick some of the ants off with power and touch, but this is he looks at it and he knows that he does not actually he doesn't know how to fix this. This guy is clearly being he's in a sorry state. He's probably been drinking the swamp water and eating whatever insects get close enough to his mouth for it. But he's starving. He's probably also very sick from dehydration, simply from drinking this dirty, filthy water. And beyond that, just the amount of critters that probably have taken a room in his wounds. It's a pretty bad state. Not something Varstix thinks he actually is.
Okay, well... Can he instead then spend some of his time basically trying to figure out how to fix this? Obviously it will be harder not knowing what's going on, but...
Sure, that would be a... Arcana or religion check. Either way I want you. I'll get different information based on which one.
Sure. 22.
But that's pretty good. Yeah. It seems like what's happening here is that the body of the Earl is draining life away from the surrounding area, probably to some sort of goal, some sort of end goal. So if he puts life close enough to it in a large amount, it might just do whatever it's meant to do and then stop. Alternatively, if you could keep the body away from any life, though the area might keep spreading, he could certainly stop whatever's happening in that manner. He might also be able to physically burn it or make sure there's nothing left of it, in which case it might stop being a focus for whatever's going on.
If
actually stopping it in whatever way the giants want to do, he can't just suss that out. It's probably highly ritualistic.
Right. Well, in the will of doing something, Verishix would like to somehow destroy or perhaps even sending a message from to Valignant to help with his fire to just obliterate the body, because clearly this is something's wrong here.
So let me get this straight. You have a mystery and you're calling for Valignant to burn things.
Yeah.
That is
so
perfect.
within his wheel, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Everything I have ever learned about your character is this.
You know me so well.
I think actually already when Valignant gets the message, I would like to compel him that only in destruction can the truth be revealed. So when he hears that there is a mystery, I think he wants to get there first and burn all of it, because then he can finally figure out what happened.
I just like the idea of Valignant laying around, being completely uninterested. He's just whatever, Mr. Blah blah blah, and then he has the word burn, and he perks up. It's
the
burn.
Dragon signal is sent.
Yeah. And it's like
Secrets,
it's
puzzles.
like yeah, he's out of there like Roadrunner. It's just a
Before
clone.
anyone else ruins this
Yes.
for me.
It's like he gets there and Veristrix is like, so basically what's happening, and you're like, "Bro!" It's too late. He's already burned.
I mean, yeah, I'll take it. As a player, I'm sort of bummed because I know by burning it, it's unlikely that we'll actually figure out exactly what's happening. On the other hand, yeah.
You did it to the cabin. You've done it to so many other things. Why not this?
Yeah. Like out of character, I think I've exhausted my available options in terms of what my character can do. So I think to prevent this from becoming an even bigger issue, I feel like it's better to just burn the hell out of it.
It-
Might not even work. Who knows? We'll see.
The reason why we didn't do this to the body to begin with is because Manaki said even though it's a half troll, this thing isn't regenerating off of it. But we didn't know anything about no damn necromancy, religious, ritualistic, hill giant bullshit.
No, we do now.
We sure do now.
As Veligans can arrive and see the scene laid out. The dying Lolog, the rotting head, the quickly necrotizing body.
Veristrix gives him the Spark Notes version of what happened, and basically he requires his assistants to completely destroy the body.
Dying grass, like curled up centipedes that seem to have been withered close enough to the head.
Unless, of course, Malignant has some insight into how to properly do it.
The insects have sort of been crawling up the spear, but on the way up they have sort of slowly died, so they're sort of all hanging there as like white husks.
I mean, on the one hand, Velignov has a reasonable idea about religious practices and such. On the other hand, I'm sort of assuming that the compulsion means that burning it and
Even
not
if he has
much
an
more.
idea, he wants to learn by doing, right? Learn
Yeah.
by learning.
I mean,
You can learn a lot about something if you see how well it burns.
I mean, there's also this. I mean, if what you know includes burning things, I mean, that is just a part of. But if it doesn't, then you can just take the option to burn instead.
The only way to reveal the truth is by destroying it. How does Malignant best destroy something?
Fire.
So basically what I'm saying is I'm assuming I don't get to make a religion check here if I'm giving into the compulsion.
No, I don't think. Would Velignith take his time?
No.
He can take his time later.
He was called here explicitly at the request of
Just-
burning things, and he's not going to say, wait a minute, let me think about this.
Varstrix, thinking about it, looking at Lolok, like, can I fix him? I think we just see like a plume of fire. While like Varstrix is looking at Lolok, we see like a view from facing Varstrix, and we just see like a shot of fire from the sky come down and incinerate the body, moving across and onto the head. Just like vroom, lighting it all on fire and like a small explosion.
I like to think that is how.
From some sort of strafe run.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that's how you announce your presence, like not even saying you're here, just do it, and then
Veristrix's face is like cast in red light as he looks away from Lolog.
it's like, oh,
Turns and sees,
Well.
maybe I could, and then it's all just fire. Inferno there. And probably that's like, and then there's like a second strafe and a third one before
for good measure.
Relic actually lands to say hello.
Yeah, he'll like land near Veristrix, the fire behind him. Cool guys don't look at explosions. Velignov doesn't look at his own destruction. Like he knows what he did. He doesn't need to look at it.
He learned what he needed to.
Exactly.
That these things don't burn well and sort of sputters and such, and sort of leaves a terrible smell. But that they can indeed burn, especially from dragonfire.
Then Velignov sort of glances to Veristrix, over to Lolok, and says, I don't think Baked Giant would taste well anymore, except for Verlev, maybe.
It would seem he is already on his way out, and not that I had any inclination to, but even if I did, I can't seem to be able to help him.
What a waste.
Indeed, but you have arrived as I have sent for you, and it seems that you have proved effective in stopping, or at least delaying whatever is occurring here.
You sound as if you weren't confident that I would. It offends me greatly, you have to know.
Oh, well, you know me, ever questioning. I wouldn't take it personally, really.
So, anything else, Japan?
Well, kind of glances over at Lolog for a moment, thinks for a sec, and says, "Perhaps we should wait to see if the fire has worked. I'm confident it will, but I have also been proven that some things are not what they seem. I will keep an eye in this area, and if I need your assistance again, I surely will call on you."
Sure. Not that it matters for your messages, but I've moved shop again. I'm now home again, actually.
Oh, comfy, I'd assume.
It's okay.
Is that where you plan to have your... He kind of wiggles his talons as he tries to think of the word. Your forge, was it?
I mean, the forge is where I am, that's for sure. I was hoping we'd figure out, that thing you thought you found, that area with earth, fire, and all that thing, but
It would
not
seem.
yet.
It would seem we'd have to wait for the dwarves, and unfortunately, time does not wait for us. But perhaps afterwards, when they are done, you will have your place.
Forestry.
Yeah.
I think that this is a moment where you get compelled because your will becomes reality. You never wait and see. You tell me right now, did this work to burn the bones? Or does Varistrix believe it definitely did not work?
Considering he called on Valignant to be here, he already knows that he already had like 100% confidence that it would work. Otherwise, he wouldn't call him.
So he's done with it.
Yeah, he's done with it. He's done. He knows it. He'll take it. He knows. I mean, I can't not take it anyway.
Mhm.
So, yeah, he knows it
All
works.
right, mission accomplished. Thumbs
He
up.
made his choice. Now it's done. Good.
Time to go back to more important things.
Yeah, no, he's come back here. Wizard can never come back here again. He's done with this place.
Well, maybe he will, maybe he won't. Not like it's his choice anyway.
True enough. Verstrix will leave after saying a job well done to Malignant.
Well, it sort of makes a gurgling sound as you leave him.
Well, I'm afraid he's just going to have to die there because I can't do anything for him. And I'm done with this place.
And Valigniv didn't really have an investment or care in him anyway.
No.
Probably be our second cancelled goal.
Hmm.
All right. Just leave him there. Sure. A few more days pass by. Everyone's doing their thing. Well, and I think it's Valignith would be the one to be told. That the dwarves are done. They've progressed far enough on this eighth day of your rest that they are confident the passage is cleared. The water has drained. They will say that from the drain came a lot of steam. Beyond that, though, they don't know what's down there.
Maybe if that works for you, Manaki, Valignant was even there and actually helped them do the last push.
Yeah.
And that would excite him greatly.
As the water then rushes and they've been doing this basically taking iron like massive iron like wrecking balls and then like like dumping them into the water to go down and batter or whatever, and then they have to sort of pull them up with a pulley system and chains to get them back up in position and then do it again. Sort of a very slow hammering to break the rocks down there. It's very hard when it's in water because obviously the force of anything dropped in there is vastly reduced. So it might just be knocking them out of the way and relying on the water's weight to sort of expand any hole that is. And certainly there is a hole, and there's like a sucking sound as well the water begins to drain, and then drain faster and then faster as steam begins to bubble up from the deep blackness there, filling the room as the dwarves sort of pull out to not deal with whatever is coming up, if anything.
Oh, and where there's steam, there's heat. Great news.
It's sort of foul smelling, like rotten eggs, but you know.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
You'll pretty much immediately go tell, I guess, Veristrix, because first of all, he mentioned an area like that could be the cause of the steam, and also he can contact the others. So that's exciting. And now, is it priority 1 though? I mean, there's treasure in the dam. Let's see.
Valignith and Veristrix just had that conversation a few days ago, and it's where he really wants to go. He doesn't want to be up here, right?
Yeah, it is priority 1. Like, even the gold in the dam isn't as exciting as natural fire.
It's cool.
So he'll basically go to Veristrix and tell him to tell the others that we have to go underground as soon as whenever Verdolith wakes up, I guess.
As soon as it is convenient for Verdolith.
Just go ahead and move all of my appointments up, and I don't have a clear spot until the next year.
I feel like when Veristrix like pokes Verdolith, it's just like a sigh. It's like I'm not even gonna try and convince you. It's just like we're gonna be here this time. Be there or whatever you want to do. Bye. the time for talking against the wall has passed.
I love it. She thinks good. I have him perfectly trained. He doesn't think he can annoy me like he can annoy the others. I've done it.
Yeah.
It's taken me 5 years.
There's a hidden ounce of respect in that, but I doubt he would ever say that.
Right. Like, good on you for fucking surviving me for this.
Yeah.
I guess. Oh hell, Verdolith has no interest in going down there. What'll be interesting is if Telraxos wants to go down there now, though.
Yes.
But Jonas can't answer that question because he went all away.
Yeah.
Would the two of you go down there together without the others?
Think about that, because I'm going to be right back too.
Okay.
I mean, the general answer would be yes. Valignant would even go down there himself with just the dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's only to explore around. I mean, there might not be monsters and stuff. And
Might not
if
be.
there are, maybe he can take them himself.
Yeah. It would negate the long rest, but I mean, what's a long rest compared to the glories and treasures that must surely be down there?
I mean, he is excited about it. On the other hand, what is 2 days in the ground life of a dragon? He's not fully rested yet. I assume we are sort of aware of the stage in long resting that we're at.
I reckon we are. Day 8 out of 10. There's no partial healing, though, in that. It's either an all or nothing with a long rest.
Really, Valignant mostly rushed to Veristrix right away to tell him, so that he could tell Verdolith, so that Verdolith would eventually, in a couple days, be available.
to maybe tell Telraxos.
Yeah, maybe that as well.
Oh.
I love how the hope is, don't tell Telraxos to tell Verdolith. Get Verdolith.
I mean, if Verdolith comes in, surely everyone else will already be there before she arrives.
I don't know what that means. Veristrix is the furthest away. And I mean, Tilraxos and Vertilith are so close together the way it is. What are you trying to say?
Oh, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to the wizard. I don't have time for you.
Apparently, you do have time for me.
I have 10 seconds for you.
You keep calling me to tell me you don't have time for me. I don't understand.
You know, typical.
I'm gonna just start ghosting you and just never reply back to anything you say.
Oh no, don't do that.
Hello? Are you there? Vertilith?
End up house calling the pipe. Like, hello?
Where is it? Where are the plants? Where are they gone?
What happened here?
Just a sign hanging from the pipe that says, "Howdy, now get."
I have moved. Not telling you where.
Yeah, no address. I have moved.
Address.
Like, just a bushel of mail, like, piled up.
All the fan mail for Vertilith.
So Jonas, apparently the dwarves have finished the way down into the deep. The promised passage has been drained.
No.
Travel
Goody.
down there can now occur. But Phylacteries was there. He helped the dwarves at the final bit. And that's priority number 1 for Phylacteries.
Yep.
And that may also end up being priority number 1 for Veristrix.
Yep.
I like caverns.
Because he's just far more interested in caverns and underground stuff. Now, because of what the court wants Tilraxos to do, isn't priority number 1 for him.
No. Priority number 1 for him is to remove the mad giant from the dam and take the money.
So how about we very quickly conquer the dam, which should be no issue for us at all now that we are all nice and rested, and then immediately go east again into the Promised Passage and down there, because that area is literal heaven.
Yeah.
Now you wait. This is day 8 out of 10. We're not all the way to our long rest yet.
And then as we get down there, probably everyone just falls asleep in a heap.
Yeah. It's like, oh, find the wheel.
All right. So Phylacteries goes tell Veristrix. Veristrix messages like Vertilith, and Vertilith like doesn't reply back. But Vertilith will like lazily like fly out from what she's doing to go to the quarry and basically be like, "Hey Tilraxos, if you haven't heard, the dwarves finished draining the passage. Cool. I'm not staying. Don't worry. Bye." Doesn't even care what he's doing. Not gonna like look into what's happening at the quarry. Just basically just shows up. Her head already looking away from him.
It's like when someone just talks to you while they're just already walking away, and you're like, I can't hear you. What are you saying? Come back.
Almost like we had a conversation while passing each other on the sidewalk. But
oh, by the way, I'm just about to tell you.
no,
By
I
the way,
don't know
blah,
why
blah, blah,
Veristrix
blah, blah,
told me first. He just really loves to contact me with this fucking mental device. I guess it's because I'm receptive to them or some dumb shit. Not as weak-willed as he is, though, as was proven when we first left the lair. She's already flying away, like back down the pipe. Anyway, talk to you later.
I feel like the true
true
chess victory is Verdlet actually going there is the victory in Veristrix's eyes, because he just said, whatever, you can do what you want.
He knew she would.
But, you know, he did. So
Traxxas nods, self-assured to himself. He knows that, as a dragon grows up, different feelings develop, and that is probably the explanation why Veristrix contacts Vertilith a lot, with nothing really to say,
From a distance, she roars. It probably means that we won't see the two of them, though, because they're going to be so busy exploring down there, so good riddance, I guess. Talk later.
Traxxas calls back. Did you hear anything about Lola? Oh, she's gone. Damn it.
Vertilith goes back to her activities that Manaki knows about.
Traxxas goes back to his activities. Yes.
Yes, the discovery prompts no action. Unless someone does go down there.
No, T-Rex is not going to charge into the Underdark before he's rested, and he's not going to charge down there before the dam is secured.
I think what you said was very swiftly and quickly and easily take the dam, and then we can go explore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one round.
One round over, everyone's dead, including us. Whoops.
Does Valignev just even stay with Veristrix then for the 2 days, talk about how great the plans are going to be, just scheming for and then we're going to do this, we're going to go down there, it's going to be great. He doesn't even go back west, because he doesn't really care about moving into where Basarek stayed, right? Because he's going to move down into the entire Underdark.
Exactly. There's no real point working at his lair when his lair is waiting. Just it's literally steaming with anticipation.
Yes. Veristrix will wax and wane about how much exploring that could be done.
They just eagerly chat for 2 days about how much fun they're going to have together.
Hey, we've been waiting for this for a very long time.
It has been a long-term thing.
You awake. 10 days has passed. You have been all working, probably feeling a little bit satisfied. So 2 of you probably excited and eager. Well, the 2 others, you're probably happy with the progress you're making on your layers. It's coming along nicely. Not the grandest, but it's a good beginning to something greater in the future.
Yeah. Verlif didn't think that she'd get as much done as she did, but as it turns out, when a procrastinator, a slacker, is sufficiently motivated by the threat of some terrible, oncoming doom, like the tug we felt 10 days ago, she's like, yeah, look at this. No adventure's gonna take my shit now.
And you're also pretty sure that this is the last long rest you're gonna get for...
Oh. Well.
Going to sleep at this point? Probably just you can keep yourself awake for a while, but the drain is beginning to be the point that if you really went and let yourself just go and sleep and rest, you might not be able to get back up. Gotta keep yourself going,
Brindle just goes to sleep immediately.
The 4 of us really are gonna be. Oh, this is gonna be such a great session right here. Let's go. We're halfway through the session now.
Let's go.
Oh my goodness. So the 4 of us are gonna convene probably at Veristrix's Grove because
let's get that dam sorted.
Yep.
After 10 days, though, Lolak has expired.
Yep. Verlif flies over, sees the giant is dead, and that there's charred, dead nature.
Someone burned a bunch of stuff, and it's probably hard to see that it was necrotized because the fire is not. Magnus is not he's not like a surgeon. It's more like a fire hose.
He is. His definition of precision is just very different.
So as far as Verla's concerned, when she left, Lolog was alive. And now, 10 days later, he's not. So she just assumes that the 3 of them did a terrible job at doing this whole thing. She wanted to keep Lolog alive, so she just files us under the don't let them handle prisoner negotiations without me ever again.
Don't leave the madman to be the one to caretake of anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Lolak's scalp is there. It's being eaten by ants. Reclaimed by nature, as it were.
She thinks about having a meal, but she's pretty full right now. She'll think about it later.
Yeah. Has the area gotten worse, or the same, or
no? It appears to just be burned down.
Okay. Yeah.
There's nothing but ashes to be seen.
Works as he.
If anything was here, it certainly isn't here now.
Taraxos, I'm sure, arrives to all of his splendid glory. Does Phaedron come with him?
Yeah, Phaedron is always around. At some distance.
Otherwise, he sticks around, listens, judges, plot.
Whispers something into Taraxos' ear.
But he doesn't fly. How does his teleporting keep up with... Does Phaedron ride to Taraxos? No.
Teleports into the air, and by the time
he's not always there, certainly. If Taraxos flies away from him, then that's it. But generally, he will sort of walk about and try to be around where decisions are made.
His teleportation does allow him to catch up, not too hard.
No, it's not. He can do it in limited amounts, but it's not actually much faster than him.
Yeah. We you brought that up, I think, last session, the session before. Okay. Four of us convene, and then it ends up being like the reason why this is so interesting is if there's only one more long, like if this is it, if the next time we go to sleep, that's it. Could you really put off going down into the Underdark until then? It might be weeks, months, a year, two. We don't know how long the Curse of Lethargy will be.
I mean, who said that we need to take a long rest after we're done here?
I mean, the underground there, with its steaming hot goodies, is literal heaven, which means something else will already be there, because that's how the world works. Which means I will have to conquer it by force, which means I will likely exhaust myself slightly, which means we should probably do it first, because honestly the dam can wait. There's gold in the dam though, so it can't wait that long, so we should just do both things at once. Same time. Or at least one very quickly after the other, because... Yes.
Vershix agrees.
Sounds like Delegate is conflicted.
Oh yeah. On the one hand, gold, on the other hand,
Lair.
you know...
Verlith isn't conflicted as far as she's concerned, and she will readily convey this. We'll even say it in character. We know for sure there's gold in the dam. Riches for us. We don't know where the gold is within the Underdark. As far as I'm concerned, let the dwarves have it. We only have so much time. The dam should be ours. With its prizes. For us.
It's not about the gold in the Underdark. There are certainly riches in the... under the mountain.
What do you mean it's not about the gold?
Tyraxus looks scandalized. But the gold.
There's better things than gold down there. There's
Verlith recoils.
Like, what? Inconceivable.
Vershix knows what Blackguard's getting at.
There's the Earth's heat, liquid fire. Think what I could do if I combined my own fire with more fire.
Tyraxus looks over to Verlith. They have both been gripped by deep madness.
And not only that, but the endless abyss to explore. Is it not exciting?
We don't have the time to explore!
Yeah, we can't explore an endless abyss. I'm sorry. Listen, I agree with Verlith. We have fought hard for the dam. We must finish the job. There are riches, resources. There is an enemy occupying it. We cannot let him live. If this accursed state afflicts us, and it will very soon, we cannot leave this unfinished.
The most dangerous... Go ahead, Bill.
Vershix just looks at Malignant and looks back and says, I didn't say we shouldn't do it. I just say we should do both.
Alright, let's take the dam first, so you can have your riches and I can have mine and such. But then we're going underground. For the simple reason that I'm not going to stay anywhere else. I need to go to the place where Earth's fire flows freely. And if I don't get there because something, happens to me because you don't want to help me, then, well, we're all screwed, aren't we? So you have to help.
Tyraxus looks over and says, there is a limit to how much I can be dragged around by this.
Let me put it this way, perhaps, Tyraxus, for you specifically. If that place is what Verstrix has told me, then I will be able to provide you and your people with things that you will need to be any kind of opposition to anyone who would want to pose your rise and rank to whatever snow court or whatever you know.
Even if we did go down there, and I'm not convinced we should right now, there's no time for you to build or erect anything. That cursed diviner has done this to us and robbed us of our agency.
Well, maybe my agency, but the dwarves are still there. They will want to stay down there with me, and they will erect what I need them to. I just need to have the actual place available.
If you're so confident in them, then can't they just do that without all of us? You can go down there with them.
I certainly will, but there might be things that they are not ready to take, and I wouldn't want to lose any of them. There's only so many dwarves, and they don't multiply as quickly as I expected.
This only wouldn't want to lose any.
Veristrix holds up a claw. For all this talk of time and wasting it, perhaps we should stop talking and just take the dam.
Yes, we'll do the thing the four of us agree on. And have another conversation about this other business.
Alright. Dam will be quite the milestone, won't it? It'll mean the valley is entirely ours. Or at least, well,
Yes.
you can take the valley, I'll have everything.
Vertlev is probably the person who cares the least about which holograms. It's like...
T-Rex is mildly interested. It seems to be a lot of bother down there. Now small places, dark, can't really see anything. Can't fly.
Yeah, he can have a conversation about Veristrix, though, about ownership rights.
Ownership rights. Yes. Well,
Well, you know, the upper dark can be his purview.
there are things there he needs to eliminate. You know. There's a hag coven that needs to die, but that doesn't really. I mean, T-Rex's inherent interest is not the Underdark. He's a dragon of sky and storms. He likes it up here.
As far as Vertlev was concerned, this whole, like, repairing the Promise Passage thing was just a song and dance to keep these bastards who want to go down there and check. Yes, eventually we'll go do that, wink wink.
Yeah, she just
Now the
nodded.
dwarves have finished it so soon, it's like, shit.
Yeah, she's like, what? I was expected after 10 years. I mean, for I would say, for Tyraxus, he's interested in the Promised Passage insofar as it is a trade route that would enrich his domain with, you know, heavily laden trade carts going back and forth that he can tithe, because he do like taxes.
Yeah.
In order for those routes, there have to stop being bandits at the dam.
Yep, for sure. And probably hags in the other dark.
Because even if the hill giant ain't leading them, they're going to be like, I mean, this is such a prime hunting ground. I mean, why wouldn't we stay here? Look at how rich we are.
Yep.
If the dragons come, that giant will shoot them down. Okay. Alright. Four of us, then, when she gets back, are in line with this and the dam. We'll probably wait until that night.
Yep.
It just ends up being a tense, like, stare off, like, awkward sort of, like, looking around at each other, thinking about things.
Sure.
Future. Glorious future.
Which side do you want to attack the dam from? You have the mobility to go basically any side, really.
This side has proved to be defended the least, like the side that, of course, is pointing into the valley. And if we're going to do, like, a night strike, then the sun position doesn't matter anyway.
What if we flew up real high and attacked from exactly above, so when he throws the rocks at us, they'll fall down on top of him?
Sure, we can have our attack angle being from not any cardinal direction, but directly above.
Though you do know from the harpies that there's a good risk of falling.
It's a fair point. What if he just shot us out of the air and we fell prone, like the Blood Eagles made us prone? Telraxos can speak to how painful that was when he fell, like...
It's like being pushed by an ogre, but downwards.
We should probably then come from the angle that has the most, like, I guess not like cover, but like sheer obstacles, like whichever side of like the mountains is like...
Whichever
most
side
scary.
has the softest canopies.
Yes, the softest canopies. Go with that.
right. Well, that would be through the valley then,
Okay.
which is indeed from your side.
Hooray!
That is the least. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Where are you? Oh, you're up here
We're all by it's a dead body.
together. Can move you. Yeah, sure. Distant place.
Well, hell, if so many people are gonna walk away as you spirit us away, I guess I might as well just get away too.
All right, let's do this.
Yes.
Yeah, just waiting for everyone to return.
Just as a heads up that I will not be staying much past midnight tonight.
All right, we'll just have Toraxos pull back when you need to go.
Yep. Or pause the battle for next week. It's up to you.
We'll see. Things are looking. And so it has come to this. Man. Yeah.
Should probably press my long rest button, shouldn't I?
Yeah, good point. Actually, we should do that too.
Which doesn't actually refill my healing surges, I just noticed.
There we go. Happy days.
Hey ho.
It looks so beautiful, this place.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah. I mean, beauty is a
Yeah. Well. Past the small slave camp over. I should go here.
Still empty and derelict as we left it.
Yeah. Destroyed somewhat. Holes bashed at the walls of the muddy houses and such.
We probably don't have to worry about sending anyone to go out for food. Not that there's any more of those yak cattle things alive right now anyway.
Mm-hmm. Much lower population now, so.
And the big people are are gone, so they don't have to eat.
Highly reduced in number.
How high is the top of the dam? Like, how far up into the air would we be if we wanted to, like,
Be on
fly
level.
to be on level?
Yes. How tall indeed. Now, there we get to the interesting thing that I'm working with meters. But my converter says 40 feet.
Okay.
Which is how many squares?
That's 8 squares.
8, okay. Oh yeah, 5 feet. That makes sense.
Could probably
Just
climb faster.
worth noting for the map. This here is the top of the dam.
Okay.
These doors, however, are in the bottom of the dam.
Okay.
There's no doors or windows or anything in the sort of upper pieces, really.
Right. And the thing is dilapidated, which explains, like, the little gaps that, like...
Yeah, these appear to have been places where water is supposedly let through, but the water level is so low now that it only bristles through one of them, and the other one has been made into a door. The giants seem to have made some repairs with stones and ramps and whatnot, but they clearly do not have the skill that was used to build this originally. It doesn't usually look like the dam has any mortar, like... The rocks have simply been placed there, cut perfectly to fit together, and then been pushed there. And simply from the sheer weight of this thing, the bottom ones are almost impossible to move.
It's not like my character understands dams, so this is probably just some sort of crazy, bizarre, giant architecture from time long ago that was turned into this.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. Hugely tall.
40 squares. That doesn't put us up too much higher than when we fought the Blood Eagles. Okay. Falling will still be a bitch.
It's quite an interesting chain of what's the word? Conversions from meters into feet into squares into fall damage.
Oh god, my head.
We just won't worry about it because none of us will take fall damage, right?
Yeah. None of us will take any damage.
Well, that's now you've gone too far.
Everyone hit Chiron.
Still have that picture that Tina drew on my computer. It's a good one.
Okay. We're all back. We're all ready to go.
Everyone's back, yeah.
Yeah.
You can kind of put yourself on the edge of the map that you desire, given that you can approach it. You'll obviously be spotted on the way, though. Flying is not really it's not really easy to hide in any fashion. Yeah.
Go ahead and fly, and we know it means 40 feet.
I'm going to stay right beside Malignant.
Oh yeah, I forgot how slow we are at flying, actually.
We can run, fly, get 2 extra squares.
And get hit more often.
Maybe.
They think the range attacks have a disadvantage, right? Or like they're get a penalty, I think.
But if you run fly, you grant combat advantage.
Yeah.
Only for melee attacks, right?
No fall attacks.
If you run, you grant combat advantage to all enemies until the start of your next turn.
I thought that if you ran range attacks were...
I think that's Pathfinder.
Might be
I think you're thinking of a weird, between different D20 systems. Sometimes running gives you defenses
Like
against ranged
Warhammer
attacks.
40k feels that way of giving bonuses to people who run against ranged attacks.
Yeah, I think Shadowrun too.
I guess 4th edition is like a cover-based shooter. You run out there and just get shot.
Yep.
You know, that's the story of our lives as dragons.
Yeah, pretty accurate actually.
All right, where would it be? What is this like down like beneath me as I'm going to be flying over it?
That is a mud hut.
Okay.
It appears to be basically you can see a bunch of logs have been put together, slightly leaned, so they sort of meet in the top, and then mud has been patched in with smaller branches sort of weaved between them.
Okay.
It appears to be probably like orcish make.
All right.
Maybe even some of the giants themselves have done it. Certainly primitive, and not really burnable, but made with the mud that is so common in the valley.
All right. It's fine by me. I think I'll fly over that. It's a bit higher up than the ground is.
Certainly not close to 8 squares though.
It's a 40-foot tall fucking mud hut. What the fuck, orcs?
It's a mud spire.
Industry.
A ziggurat.
But no. You're all flying, yeah?
At least I am.
Yeah.
Someone may want to go approach at the doors and, not suffer from getting shot out of the air, which is a fair argument. Attack at the doors and work our way up, but
Is Tilar flying?
I think she's going to try her own way.
Yeah, I'm flying.
Put your state. We know what you're doing.
Sure, if that makes everyone happy.
It does.
Fit in or fit out, damn it.
Fly or be squared.
All right,
fun,
I
kids.
guess we do initiative then. Let me guess. Do you guys want to roll yourself, or should I do it?
Whatever makes you happier.
I don't mind.
All right, guys, you go ahead then.
Okay.
Okay.
I know it's done. Shoot, it's hired. Have your own roll.
And our glorious night attack. Sweet 11. Nicely done, Jonas.
I should swoop in from a distance. A bellow echoes from camp. The dragons are attacking, or rather, dragons are attacking. Probably doesn't matter that it's you as much as that it's dragons.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a mad roar as something Hector is not familiar with comes close enough. Ghost. You see him there on top of the wall. Archers as well, orcs looking with their arrows, keeping clear of him mainly, but certainly being present.
He's not.
Over here,
He's not
you
the
can see
worst
that.
looking of the hill giants.
A ladder up here, or a stair, sort of makeshift one, probably used to move on top of the wall from below. It's difficult terrain. So is the water in the river. You have defenses over here. You know those, what they do. The houses here, the walls are impassable. You could be on the roof, but it's really not that sturdy, and you might just fall through. Down into this. These are doors in the bottom layer of the wall, and this here is the top of the wall. Going through these will enter you into the lower layers of the sort of the dam. Over here, you will see from distance, there's also a mud. It seems like someone broke a hole in the wall and they patched it up with a bit of mud, but it's like a doorway leading into this hut. Makeshift.
All right.
There's no windows in the dam, as it clearly isn't supposed to have any, and it also appears pretty hard to actually break holes in it. Yeah, the place is dimly lit. You can consider yourself able to see everywhere, even at night, from braziers, and just generally, it's a pretty open place. There's not a lot of shadow from the moon and such.
And even if that were an issue, we have low light vision.
Yeah.
Or restricts.
You're the controller. You get to go first. That's nice.
Yeah, I get to fight 3. I don't know if I want to run with that guy trying to hit me, because I'm very squishy. So, yeah, he'll make his way. Begin to make his way
I would actually suggest
across
you.
the battlefield.
I would actually suggest you delay potentially, because right now you're in front of all of us, and they are getting all their turns. They are going to shoot at you.
True.
Just fly down and hide behind the hut. Nothing else.
I don't think I can fly down 40 feet, 8 squares in a turn.
I don't think we were 80 feet up, and I don't think the hut
40
is...
feet up.
40 feet up, 8 squares.
8 squares.
Yes, and the hut is how tall?
Like 10.
Alright.
So 6 squares.
You can fall.
But you can just have approached lower down, that's fine. Like, you could have walked up if you wanted to.
Could have. In hindsight, though, I might, if you'll allow me, Manaki, I might actually delay until after all of those have had their.
Sure.
But that means you won't get your second round until after they've taken their second round. We're gonna have this conversation again.
It literally makes
Delay
it
until after who?
after the last archer, before Malignant.
How long would it... How many rounds does it take if you enter one of the doors to get up on top?
You don't know. If there is a path up on top.
Okay.
Probably very, very similar as if we just fly the 6 rounds or whatever.
Yeah, but we won't get pelted by arrows and a mad giant, I'm thinking.
Well, I think we've chosen this way and figured we are aware of what we're going into here. We just need to decide not to get hit.
Yeah, just like very strict.
Yeah, I mean, Orc Archer has as it turns out, very good range on these longbows. And we'll use it even if it is at disadvantage. That range. So you're all flying up 40, yeah? Or 8 squares, I suppose we should say.
Yeah.
All right.
I am.
This will be at a -2 versus fertility. Oh my.
Archers. And pushing, oh no.
So 28. We'll forgo the pushing because you're at the edge of the map.
All right, I'll take my 7 damage, and let's see if I can obviate this whole need for traversing things. 24 versus armor class.
Yes.
Hi, Vertilith takes the 7 damage, and Persistent Harrier will have her be here adjacent to the target. Can I be like above the orc? We can just say I'm above the orc.
Sure.
Even though I'll be like here, it'll be like above the orc. As Vertilith winks out of space and just cheats, just hacks reality and fucking appears here and hits for 14 points of damage.
Yeah, that certainly seems to be a way to get their attention. They're not used to dragons teleporting right next to them, and none of them seem to like that. As the orc calls out in Orcish, probably for some sort of assistance or like in shock, basically.
That's fucking terrifying.
Yeah. All right. Here.
That is great. I love that so much.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Moving here. Right. This orc will move over here and try to shoot Vertilith. Oh my.
Well, when you keep rolling 30s, Manaki, yeah, that does keep hitting. 40 HP.
Is this going to be a situation where...
yeah, I think we'll just push you like to where you like to here.
Okay.
Instead of the top of that.
Doesn't pushing always have to move me away from the person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's this one. Shot you. You were here.
Okay.
And you moved there.
All right.
This one. You're not really. Yeah, no. He can hit you without taking the penalty for long range, so that's what's going to be happening there. Move over here to get a better shot, even if the precarious position. They seem pretty used to being up here, even with the strong winds. They mostly come from outside the valley, blowing in. We're a little sheltered on this side of the wall. There'll be another shot. Oh god, that's a natural 20.
How much damage do I take, Manaki?
16.
Okay.
Well, the previous run rolled max damage. Okay. Good start.
I'm bloodied.
The ogre, however, yells and kicks and screams. Doesn't seem to have really noticed you too much. So I'll move over here instead. And, well, that puts him just within his range. As he will throw at Valignan, the closest. Using his basic throw, the knockdown throw.
Oh, his boulders.
Yes, he seems to have a lot of boulders and be very good at throwing them.
Reflex. Okay. Yeah, I've got nothing, so that hits.
All right, and he will choose here to knock you prone.
Of course he does.
With the boulder.
So can you tell me about falling damage again?
Yes, falling damage. A flying creature subtracts its flight distance from the fall. You are 8 squares up. You can move 2, so you only take falling damage for 6 squares. Falling damage is, I believe, a d10 per 10 feet, which puts it at 3d10 from the fall.
You can also do an acrobatics check to try to.
Yes.
A DC 30 athletics check as an immediate action, with a bonus to the check equal to the creature's fly speed. But it doesn't matter because even you would still fall. Because it's a high altitude thing.
Yeah. Reduced falling damage is trained only, so I can't even do that. So 6d10, I believe. 16. Okay, that's actually acceptable.
It's a d10 per 10 feet.
10 feet. D10 per 10 feet.
Oh, that's even better.
Oh, it's 6.
That's still above average damage, unfortunately. But ow.
And he
Right.
is prone on the ground.
That's
As
a
he
good start.
crashes down. Basically, a rock is thrown, and he's like flying towards it, and then suddenly it comes close, and it like smashes into his face, and like breaks upon his wings, and he just like begins this tumble. Tries to fall controlled, but there's rock on him, and he just lands and hits the ground. So
All right.
this Hector lets out a roar, grabbing another rock. This orc here will delay. Actually, probably just move up here. Not really getting anything in real range, but being ready for. I will move here. This orc turns around. There's an alarm. He's needed someplace else than here, so he will begin making his way by moving. So will his orc buddy. This archer will take the chance to move this way, not wanting to go on that. I'll take a shot at Verdalith.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Or Strix. Delayed.
Yeah,
So
I feel,
of the arrows have been loosed.
yeah, I'm glad I would have been dead if any of those hit me. All of those hit me once. So let's run. Let's actually run and go this way.
Also double run.
Can I?
Yep, running is just a move action.
Oh, yeah, I'll double run then.
Just make it easier to hit you.
It's fine. They probably will hit me regardless. Anyway, probably.
You have a -5 to your attack rolls, and you grant combat advantage.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just +2.
I just, Grimace and Jonas, I see you don't have an action point marked on your sheet, but remember you took a full rest.
He will do that. And how close is he to
Got it, Bone Dad.
Oh,
range 10? Got
He's gone.
yeah, that is very strict.
He's just back in hell. It's okay.
all right. Malignant.
Right.
He's on the ground. You can hear something big moving inside this place.
Well, that's great. I don't know if it's gonna pretend that he heard nothing. He's gonna stand up. He's gonna sort of needs to book it to actually help people. Right, he's gonna run as his standard action. Then he's gonna spend a minor action to heal himself. Oh, hello. I'm just gonna ignore you. Yeah, he's gonna spend a minor action to heal himself with a rune of mending.
Put blinders on yourself like a horse does. Just can't see him.
Yep. Which just gets him out of being bloodied, so he's not on fire anymore. That's sad. And then he'll spend an action point to run some more. Because I want to get there quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I have
Technology
+1.
to focus mostly on flying things, at least at first.
Yeah, from there on out, he'll take off again, but for now, running is actually quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a move, 2 standards, and a minor, so that's all of Veling's turns.
All right. Some stomping going on. See, an ogre looks out. Here's the summons. Begin to its merry way. This one out here, however, saw an enemy be here, so it'll move out and it can make it here.
Grand
Well,
slam.
Given its range, it will indeed move up from behind. You ran, right? So you get combat advantage?
Yes.
Yep.
Well, it'll take that with a grand slam. That's not very
27
good
hits.
for it, but it
I mean,
can.
technically, you're getting closer.
But I'm also prone.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oof. And it pushes her. Basically, as it ignores it and Musha runs forward, the ogre, you can still hear the thumping from behind him, and then it runs over and like smacks him with a club, sending him over here. Oh, here, and knocking him onto the ground. The ogre stands there and roars for a second, having found its prey. Verlith.
Well, Verlith used her life hack powers to get here, and this was her scheme. She didn't expect these orcs to be as effective, but there is a long, tragic history in this valley of archers and crossbowmen being very effective. Verlith takes a free action to reflect upon this. Think, as a minor action, I'll go ahead and gain 8 temporary hit points. Like so. A move action I will convert into a minor action to mark this orc archer. Orc Archer 1 and I are going to be best buds. And then a standard action, I'm going to see if I can help myself any at all. I'm going to use a Living Fortress attack here. A shroud of rock and debris will rise up from the dam around her as she throws her flying body at the Orc Archer. So 20 versus armor class.
Yeah, okay, that hits.
Alright, 27 untyped damage.
Oh, that's a lot of damage for an orc archer.
Did that just kill it?
Fitting amount.
Nice.
As,
She especially with the damage I did by teleporting next to it to begin with. Yeah, she teleports. Arrows come at her from all directions. like rocks come up from like the dam right around her, and she uses them in her body to just bludgeon this orc to death, just crushes it in its body, careening out into the fucking like river.
Well, what does happen when you reduce it or like kill it is that the orc, being an orc, brings out its hand axe with its savage.
Yes, its final attack that it
and
gets.
tries to. Oh no!
Not this time.
That's from the river, splashing down, polluting the water.
And until the end of this encounter, Verlif has cover and allies adjacent to her do, and I can end that effect if I so desire. I think I'm going to use my action point at this moment to gain a move action. I do not think your abundant benefit will matter here in this particular case, Jonas, that you provide, because I'm not going to be making an attack.
No.
Yeah. Verlif will just use that to, like, she knows that the mad is back there, but there's an orc here that she wants to have a stern conversation with, so I think she's gonna advance. Just like rocks swirling around her.
Yeah.
And I guess she's still flying, but it's gonna be like right above like this little bridge thing. That'll be the end of my turn.
Close enough to it that she won't be knocked down. And Alright. This guy can make move out here. She too looks at Valagneth with his like axe. And then he is joined by a friend. Over inside the hut. Grunting and sort of frothing. Chance to they seemed respectful of your strength as dragons. They know that you can do this shit now. They seem to want to just kill you as fast as possible to save their own skins. Jiraxos.
Fly like the wind.
Yes. I'm gonna do some fly running. Go over here. Yes,
How do you move 10?
Well, what is it? How fast a fly?
It's +2 on it when you run. It's not like double. It's +2 to your speed.
Yes, fine.
Almost there.
Currently, Jiraxos is the one that has the eye, given that he's flying right there. Close to.
He will fly also like perpendicular downward, like lowering him down a little bit. So maybe he can, not fall as much as he goes down. He will.
You could like basically just be like flying right above the roof instead of
gently flying above the roof.
Okay. Might still be knocked through it, but who knows?
Who knows? And he will activate Shroud of Shadow to give himself some temporary hit points and concealment. That's it.
Crisis. Human soldier runs out of this door.
Human what?
Yep, the bandits.
Archer will move away a bit and take a shot at Verlith.
I don't think they've rolled any less than 18. Okay.
With the cover I have, that's a miss.
All right.
Deflects off one of the rocks from the dam swirling around her.
Yeah. So we'll back a bit and then send a shot down at Valagneth. Well, he's prone, so it's hard to hit him. So never mind, it'll be shot at Jiraxos.
Okay. Goes wide.
Back door. Back up here. Some secure footing. And he seems to have really secure footing, actually. But then he will. He'll throw a rock at Tilrak. Oh God!
Oh, God.
Natural 20 rock. So that is
36 damage instead?
yes, 36 damage.
We should recruit. We should recruit this guy.
And he knocks Tilraxus back 2 squares. This archer doesn't really have good range still. I'll move over here. Has range to Valagnith, even though he's prone. Can do something else that might not carry prone. Then again, we'll shoot with a longbow shot. Oh my.
I mean, yeah. I don't think prone is saving me here, especially since he also grants.
It also doesn't help as much when you're like being shot like from above, really.
Yeah.
What is longbows made of? Adamantium? Like what?
No, it's the same. It's the same legacy of any archers we've come across in this valley.
Christ.
Just do this.
Why have we tried?
Depends
Why
on
don't
the god
we
of
just
archers.
arrows? Just turn into arrows.
I should have been an archer. That's what I should have been.
Yeah, we all
The
should.
dragons can't be archers.
No.
Orcs are on the move here, converging on Valagnith's position. It's Archer knows that something bad's going on over there. Can move over here and try to shoot at Vertilith. Save the other Archer.
Even with the cover, that hits me.
I feel like we should just surrender and accept our
Strength.
archer overlords.
Yeah, just go home.
Yeah, turn around, walk away from this, go down.
Let me
on
edit
the
my
ground.
token first before I move
Where no
myself.
archers exist.
All right, where you want to push me, Manaki?
It's backwards.
It's Orc 6 is shooting me, so okay.
Yes. Could be moved.
There.
Should I help you guys? I probably should. But then
Yes.
again-
I probably shouldn't. Yeah.
yeah, but Fredlitz is also on her own on the wall and getting shot at as well. Jeez, god damn it. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to run here again. Twice. Sure. Let's go for 3 here and 2 down, so 30 feet, and then run again. Which should get him like 10 feet into the air. And then 1 forward. It's 5. Now he can actually do something. Because he's going to action point. And, let's see here.
Keep in mind that you have a -5 penalty to your attack rolls.
Oh shit, yeah, I shouldn't do that then. But I have to do something, so... Might as well give it a go.
Not a -5, it's not like...
Well, I could just sit here and...
Just keep moving.
that's all the moves I can do. I'm not gonna use an action point to move, because I'm already in range to do something, so I'll just stay here, I guess.
Alright.
Alright, Vedinov will stand up.
Mhm.
And then he will fly run. He would like to move as far as he can and also fly up
Mhm.
as far as he can. Basically, he's not going to reach the 40 feet, but he's going to be in a really awkward spot for anyone to hit him.
Sure.
That's his goal here. Be awkward to hit.
Mhm.
He'd be like, how far up can he get in this move?
Well, he can move diagonally, so he can
Well, that's
gain
true.
altitude and move at the same time.
So
he-
like four squares up, which is...
Yep, 4 squares, 20 feet.
And he still grants common advantage, and he no longer has his +1 to defense. I don't want to... I have to use my last healing.
Maybe you do. The ogre certainly... There's lots of debris around. You know, rocks, boulders.
We'll have really big difficulties to get anyone up if I use my last healing. I could... Actually, no, I still have that. Valgriff is gonna do two things. Gonna play it safe here. He's gonna heal himself, and he will also. That's a minor action. Never mind. I can only do one thing. So he's gonna heal himself. Just gives him +1 to defense. All right. That's his turn.
Right. This one sort of walks away. This one looks up at Valgriff, flying there, and we'll grab a rock and throw it at him. I'll give you cover from the tree there.
Sure.
Oh my!
I don't
How
think
much
anyone's
does
cover's
cover
gonna matter.
give?
Plus,
No, I got
It gives them -2 to their attack rolls, but you grant CA, so it's negated.
Chucks a rock at you.
13. Okay.
Folks, don't feel guilty or bad if the enemies are rolling 16 plus in their attack rolls. You can't there's no strategy you can do against that.
You just have to get hit. It's not your fault.
Don't worry about it. Move action puts Verdolith here.
Mhm.
Minor action will mark the fine, friendly orc archer, esteemed comrade, and a standard action as an archer of the people. A standard action is going to be to not use that, but use my Twisted Eye attack. Against it. I will not spend any power points. 23 versus armor class against the orc archer.
Yes, that hits.
10 damage.
Really not that hard to hit.
I didn't think so.
They are somewhat tough, being orcs and all.
That's the end of my turn.
Is there any possibility you can move still?
I just moved.
I just did. Okay.
All right. Orc here doesn't see a valid target right now. Can we move over here?
He only sees a valid target.
Just gonna wait for you to fall down. Like sharks. Tyraxos.
Should we continue this fight? We're out of healing, and we haven't.
We're not out of healing.
Okay.
We're out of convenient healing.
Okay. Doesn't fill me with confidence, but I will approach. That's all I can do.
Alright. This human sees that things look under control there, and will begin moving up here. So.
Oh, I thought he was gonna go back inside. He was like, eh.
This orc will try to shift over here.
Okay. In the shifting wonder process, I think we'll have the Serpentine Armor go off, because that's a free action. So the Orc Archer will take 7 untyped damage.
Yeah.
And then, because it's also a free action, Blurred Step and Verdolith teleports. We'll just,
Alright.
yeah, be not really there.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Archer will switch out bow for the hand axe. As it seems, storing the bow safely, as it seems like there's not much else to do here. Can't get away from that dragon. This archer wishes it could go to Hackdoor's square without being fucking murdered. Will, though, take a shot at Varstrick with a -2.
A miss. Finally.
Hackdoor is still screaming madly, thinking perhaps that Valgriff is still on the ground, not able to see him from where he is. We'll grab a boulder and do another knockdown throw on Tyraxos. Oh, God. Right. $27?
Versus
Reflex, of
yeah.
course. And he will knock.
He can do either or. He can't do both.
Yep.
I said, okay.
Yep, he'll knock back to square. This orc will just have to wait until someone gets within range. Go overcrowd the other place. This guy will follow his buddy. Beginning to ascend. Work. We'll go over here and look at Falconeth. Is he content with that for now? He's scrambling up the wall. Yeah.
Curse your wings.
Damned monster. This archer. Here. And take a shot at Tulraxos. Yeah. Trying to get him.
Does he have a -2 from range?
No.
Oh, then-
How long does your cover last that you activated, Jonas?
Oh,
Or did that
concealment,
already
yeah.
fade away? The
Concealment.
concealment.
But I ran, so it doesn't matter.
That's true.
Concealment, that, yeah?
Partial concealment.
The partial concealment was activated not on his last turn, but the turn before last anyway, so it's gone.
Alright. Forest checks.
Okay. Normal fly 3 squares here. Let's see. Let's get these guys away. Which of a distance am I? Okay.
If you had something to fling Hackdor around so that he headed away from his boulders and towards those orc archers south of him, that'd be pretty cool.
He seems
Because the
very
orcs clearly don't want to go near him.
where I am right now, I can't target him. I
Okay.
could. No matter what, I'll get one throw off him. I can throw him down there, or I can attempt to throw him off, but he can save against that.
Yeah. I don't think you should try to throw him off the dam so much as like south towards the orcs and away from his boulders.
True. I would like to get these orcs away from sheep though, because they are kind of cornering him right now.
If
They can't hit me.
if sheep can't be knocked to the ground because Hackdor can't throw him down with a boulder,
Yeah.
then these orcs will have to climb up.
I'm in the safest position out of everyone right now.
Oh, duh. Sorry, you're flying. I'm an idiot. It's just fine. I can just start engaging these orcs. Just get some damage in, because we haven't done any, and they've done like 1 million to us, so let's start annoying them. Let's see here. Just gonna throw out a... Did the orcs have any ranged weapons, or is it just whatever they have? on
they
hand?
appear to have hand, like throw axes. They can use
Okay.
at short range.
Then it sounds like a good idea for a dishearten here against the 2 orcs. Let's see if I hit them. 24 and 27
Yes,
versus will.
that hits their will thoroughly and with all fanfare.
Yeah.
Incredibly weak will, these orcs.
12 each, -2 to attack rolls. He will then action surge and let's see here. Can I
I
put
think
that there?
if you can debuff this guy, because he can actually attack, whereas the orcs are just standing about. All these 2. Like
I
the
can
raiders are currently doing nothing.
I can do something better. He can only attack you in melee. Oh, he can throw boulders. Fuck.
Yep.
I mean, I could, yeah. I can only hit him though. But oh no, I can. I can hit both of these. Yeah. Let me do that.
And action
If I
point means you get +3, I think it was, Jonas?
To the damage?
+3 to damage, or 3 temp hit points if you miss.
Okay, then I will.
They're both technically.
Yeah, you could end up qualifying for both if you hit one and miss the other.
It's
I'll
true.
empower this because -3 would be good. Gets these 2 targets here, +3 damage. 26, 28.
Yes, both hit.
18 psychic damage and -3 to attack rolls.
Right, so those 2 have a -2.
Yep.
And those 2 have a -3.
Who's next after me? Malignant. Are you gonna hit anybody, Malignant, or
No.
okay?
I wish.
I'll save the minor. I can't really do much of it. Actually, can I? No, I can't. No, I'm good. Sorry.
I like that.
So I can fix our health problems, but I need us to be within 5 squares, which currently is a bit of an issue. I think Vedignif is gonna run fly twice here, still staying at sort of like 30 feet maybe, just to be out of sight, out of all those things to the south.
Yeah.
I like it. That's using the terrain.
Sure,
That's 2 moves. I have a minor, which I can't really use for much. I'm assuming I won't get hit.
All right. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, this ogre doesn't see the big deal. It's gonna keep walking over here. This ogre, though, does see the big deal. Rock. There. Throw it at Velignith.
Okay, he does have a -3, which means that misses.
There's a dumb rock anyway. Verdalith.
Hi, how's it going, you damn orc archer? Alright, you realized you can't move. You put that bow away. That's so thoughtful of you. Alright, standard action. Let's see here. I will spend 2 power points on this, I think. Yeah, Twisted Eye attack, 2 power points. 29 versus armor class? Yeah, I'll
Yes.
do it. Okay, so the target is blinded until the end of my next turn.
Lovely. And bloodied.
Lovely and bloodied. Since it can't see me at all, I don't know whether it specifically rules as written. Is it still going to be able to take opportunity attacks with its hand axe? Full blinded? If I have total concealment?
If you have total concealment.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, cool. It's blinded, it's bloodied. Put the bow away. I think what Verlith is going to do is... I think we'll land at this point.
Moving here would be perfect.
You hold your bridges.
There.
Let's see here. Yeah. I can, yeah, let's see here. I can land and move. So, be there and just move there.
Okay.
Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Is that perfect for you, Sheep, or do I have to be right there?
It has to be here.
Has to be there. Got it. Take off the flying state. Minor action to, like, look around. Doesn't see Velignith. but feels the urge to be here. I end my turn.
Alright. Orc doesn't have anything for an exit now, but it sees that there's 2 drags over the house, so it'll move down here and be ready to charge them when they're inevitably knocked down. Yeah. Hack door. To Ryxus.
Well, reaching the big guy's the only way we will ever win this, so he's gonna run fly over here.
Yeah.
Hide below so he can't be hit by a boulder, and then he is trying Vice's reward for some extra temp hit points and some cover.
The giant ogre has visible to him, but the giant does not. It doesn't seem the brightest. June? I need to move at 8 is double moving. This orc is blind and can't see anything. Probably just gonna stand there, honestly.
It's like flails around trying to attack the square that I'm in.
Yes. Connect. This one doesn't have range on. It does actually. Forest Strix is still there. And he can get shot with longbow, surely. Oh my. Natural 20. So 16 damage.
Okay.
Oh. Well, Hector sees only one dragon too. Well, two, but one is not flying. That's not as interesting to him. He will chuck a boulder at Vorstrix.
10 natural 20 as well.
No.
Okay.
Not quite. Almost.
Am I knocked down or?
It's just a 19.
He pushes you because he doesn't want to destroy his house.
Okay. I almost died. That's nice.
You just need to move as far east as you physically can. If you make it here, you'll be fine.
I can make it right beside your ass, pretty much.
Good.
This orc will. Yeah, I mean, they really can't reach. He's gonna just begin moving over here. Seems like that's a better chance of actually doing so. You don't want to be the guy who doesn't get to split the treasure because you didn't help slay the dragons. So we'll move over here. Can I get a shot at Vertlith? Yes. The -2. 23.
That will not hit. The rock's deflected.
Woo!
Nice.
Okay, you need to be at least here.
He's gonna double run, which gives him a 10.
Or one run? No, one run is not enough.
One run is not enough.
Basically,
That's fine. I'll go here.
All
Is,
right.
that close enough?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
How high up? Is he?
10 feet.
10 feet. Okay.
Then he will use his miner to blow
That's
down.
2 squares up.
Yep. 2 squares
So
up.
he would be in range of the ogre from below him.
Would he?
Yes, they have 2 squares of range.
He'd be able to grand if he had a grand slam, which he does. But they still have a range of 2, and you're 2 squares up.
Okay. Then
You can do it like the others and be 4 squares up. Fine.
Yeah, you're
Sure.
able to fly forward and up, so that you can be 20 feet in the air instead of 10.
Okay. I didn't know
You
you
can
could do
move
that.
diagonally up and down.
That's useful. I'll do that then.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be too far away to blow down both of them, so we'll stay here.
Well,
Alright, I think Bellingnov is gonna show himself here. Gonna pop up right here and land.
Hector sees him.
That is fine. And then I'll do 2 things. First of all, I will question every life choice I've made so far.
It's very good. I approve. It's a good idea.
No more death sticks.
Let's see. Velignov will steal one of
I'm the only one at full healing surges besides Veristrix.
Take mine.
Like Toraxos took. You could take one of Veristrix's.
Takes mine. I've
Well, the question is, I can heal 2 people and 1 I have to steal from, and those 3 get a massive AC boost. So I'm wondering who is going to be the likeliest to need that. I think Verdelif should actually not be included here.
I think you should target Veristrix, because he's not close to the wall. Toraxos is.
Yes. Okay. So Veristrix will feel Velignov requesting some of his life essence with the runes he's quickly scratching into the dam with his tail.
Gives him
as-
20.
Veristrix will lose a healing surge. Tyraxos and Velignov may use a free healing surge. Unfortunately, without a bonus, because I had no chance to attack anyone. All 3 of us get a +5 to AC.
Okay.
Until the end of next turn. And then Velignov is gonna use his second wind. This has been a rough approach, rougher than maybe we would have hoped for. But Velignov isn't, he isn't, what's the word? disheartened by this. He is excited. We're here. This is the end. Look at him enjoy this and feel bad for your lack of faith. Gain some temporary hit points. Everyone gets 13 temp hit points, and Bellingham will heal.
Okay. I'm no longer bloodied. Woo. Spring break.
Let's see. Does a second wind give a power bonus to? No, it's just an untyped bonus. Okay. +2 def. And with that, that is a move, a standard, and a minor. Hit points are looking better than they were before. But unfortunately, I didn't have all my buffs up. But yeah, that's Valinus' turn. He's no longer flying. He is so bloodied, however. No, he's not bloodied. Aha.
Aha.
So, do be aware that as soon as Valignif is bloodied, he is also on fire, so...
Yes.
Is that
Reeved in flames, my son.
Although technically, if you're adjacent to him, you're also in his blue aura, so you would only take 1 fire damage instead of 3.
Any creature that starts its turn adjacent to you, it is unfriendly, Valky.
I see.
But yeah, that's his turn.
Alright. Zoger, see what's going on here. We'll... You know, this stair is kind of full right now, but he can probably squeeze his way past these guys. Begin going up. This one, well, there's dragons everywhere. Dragons everywhere. Tilraxos is closest to his boss. Tilraxos would get a rock.
That is a miss
20.
because
That's
of
a miss,
the
plus 5.
+5 AC.
It's a natural
is.
20
Oh, never mind then.
God's sake. Really?
for 17 damage.
Great.
Well, I'm glad I'm giving bonuses to everyone because they matter.
Yeah, they certainly. Yeah, everything matters. I appreciate the attempts, though. You were doing very well.
Verlith.
Alright, Verlif's not worried. That guy's blinded. He's not going to be blind at the end of Verlif's turn, but as far as she's concerned, this gives that orc archer an opportunity to reflect on his life, you know? Can maybe just hide, and maybe he doesn't have to brutally die. I'm going to double move 10. Takes me to there.
Alright.
Do I want to do anything with my minor action? Yeah, we'll mark Actor. No, I can't. He's not within reach. It's a 3? Nah, he's not. I take it back. I can't do it.
Okay.
I think about marking him, and I end my turn.
Orc is gonna go over here, hang out. Expect someone to come flying down soon enough. They seem to know how this goes. Tilraxos.
Okay, Jiraxis will land here.
The orc archer is no longer blinded up there.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then he will charge. Clonk.
Oh no.
Charge
Yeah,
attack.
this will be at a -5 to the attack roll, of
Sadly.
course.
There's an immediate interrupt.
You were 20 feet up, and this is 40 feet, so you had to fly 4 just to land on the
I
dam.
mean, I flew 8 towards the dam. Before?
Whatever. I got a phone call.
Sadly, as Tilraxos charges, Hector will turn quickly and sort of almost grab him and turn his own momentum into a throw, using his redirection power. Oh,
Miss.
that misses.
First time a reflex has missed.
Oh, that's very unlikely. But yeah, he tries to grab Tilraxos and chuck him down from up here, down to his orc minions, full damage and all. But I guess Tilraxos doesn't have it.
Nope.
No.
Just twist out of the way.
That was a daily, so I can charge him.
That's right. Unless he has a second daily.
It's 5, actually.
Hector uses dailies once per encounter.
I mean, a week has 10 days, so...
Yeah,
Yeah.
10 dailies makes sense.
Yeah, you get to charge then.
Excellent.
He failed to interrupt you. He needs to do ranged attacks, otherwise he's just super unlucky. I guess that's how it works in this game.
34 with AC,
Oh.
31 damage,
Certainly
Dread
hit.
Smite for additional 8 damage
Nine.
and 8 ongoing.
8 ongoing.
Now we're talking.
Oh hell! It missed you with its fucking
Yeah,
interrupt
For
with
the
a reflex.
first
15
time
versus
ever,
reflex.
a reflex attack missed me. It's a fucking Christmas
important.
boy's miracle.
When you're targeted by a charge attack, these I don't wonder why these bastards have never died.
They're
Um,
giants.
Yep, giants.
Pretty strong.
Yes, for sure.
Oh, but he certainly doesn't seem so hard to hit once you're close to him.
I will action point
All things considered.
and second wind.
Okay. Take a breath. All right, this watchman is up finally, which is great for him. But now he can move over here to do his duty. This orc, Rodlith is there. This doesn't need to annoy the teleporting one anymore. Balagnus is there though. He can get a
He's got to draw his bow back. He's got his hand axe in hand right now.
bow back,
Okay.
and then a shot.
He needs a 20 to hit me, and he's gonna get it. No.
That is not a 20. Maybe he's not. His heart's not in it. Had a -2 there for the mark. Well, that actually.
Mhm.
This one will move over here. Getting a shot on Verdolith. Take it.
That will not hit.
Hackdor takes his 8 ongoing. And doesn't like people being close. So we'll try to, again, throw Tolraxus away.
This attack, I will have an immediate interrupt against it, Manaki.
Alright. Sure.
There's an immediate interrupt. I might as well go ahead and spend 2 power points to have some fun with it. As Verdolith begins to move, not unlike a lightning strike, to rush across the battlefield. The trigger is that an enemy within 5 squares of me targets an ally with an attack, and that's what's happening here, right, Manaki?
Yes, he's targeting with an attack, certainly.
Okay. Then, before the attack, I move my speed to a square adjacent to the enemy. Like so. Is that legal, Manaki? Can I do that?
Yeah, that should be
Okay.
fine.
Just wanted to make sure that wasn't, like, difficult terrain for me to, like, move through. Okay. And then I will make an attack against him as an immediate interrupt. 27 versus armor class.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. 11 untyped damage. Actually, that should be 1 more point of damage, because it was an augment, too. In addition, I become the target of the triggering attack.
All right. So I guess
As-
Verdolith swoops in.
Yeah, Verdolith swoops in from around the rocks on the other side of the giant, and basically just like the force of her body colliding pulls the giant's attention this way.
All right. 33 versus AC.
Yeah, it sure does hit.
19 damage and pushed 4 squares.
Do I have a save to get from falling off, I do believe?
Yeah, you do.
Save and you fall prone there instead of falling off.
Let's see, that's that, and I lose that many hit points, so I'm at that. Let's move that, roll the save. I fail the save. Whee!
All right. Woo! And that is from the full height.
You don't fall
Full
prone from that though, as I can read it. You just pushed 4 squares, and you can fly. So technically you must be hanging there, right? The target is
that's
pushed
true.
4 squares. There's no
You
prone.
can fly speed. You just push off the edge, but you have enough movement to just
I
hover.
think that's fair.
Okay. Verlith
Hers is-
darts in to yank the giant's attention away. She gets swatted away right off the edge.
Mhm.
Grins, all the same.
Not.
I really like that attack.
Yeah, Tyraxos like closed his eyes, resigned himself to the gods. But then it's like something happened. I'm not sure what. He's never seen Verdolith move
Alright.
that fast.
Then he will shift back
He will, huh?
and spend his action point.
Great.
Don't worry, it's on me. I'm the flying fucker here. Or
You know.
Veristrix.
If I get hit by anything, you know, it's gonna
I
suck.
think
He-
his
he
attention is
actually
on
doesn't
us.
like people being on his piece of the wall very
No.
much.
Hmm.
He seems to be quite not like that at all. So
Mhm.
right now you're far away from each other, so he's just gonna keep with the knockdown throw.
Yes.
Well, just can't hit Torax, it seems.
Dodges.
Throwing it like right next to him. Boom. Just flies over the edge.
That would have
As-
even
as
missed my
Hector
reflex. My
Does
god.
sort of a strange like almost like a what a hill giant would sound if it was like a hysteric baby having a fit. He swings his big arms all around and flips out.
A massive hysteric baby.
Yeah.
It's like nightmare fuel.
That's why the orcs never wanted to go onto his section of the wall.
Over here and shoots Verdolith. Tries to.
That will not do it.
Okay. Human. Here. Orc. Just made here. There's orc. There. They're making double movement on the stuff there. This one out here to get a clean shot at Phylacteries.
Nope.
Firstrix.
What does your aura do currently?
If you stand next to Valignov, you have resist all 2.
Right. Mercix will run.
But I will definitely move.
That's fine. I need just to be up there anyway. I was just wondering about it. He will run diagonally onto the edge here, just barely. Just get off my flying. Not flying anymore. I don't know what best to focus on here. Let's see.
I again think that you should target Hackdoor and fling him off of his section of the wall.
Well, yeah, I can push him down.
Yeah,
This way.
not off there, but down.
No, yeah, because if he gets to save, he'll just be here. That's not good. Yeah, I was gonna try that. It doesn't matter if I miss this or not. I can throw him once at least anyway. But Veristrix will minor action distract him to get combat advantage, and then he will use his daily living missile attack on Hackdoor, which is a
15 fortitude does not.
It's fine. He's still slowed. Save ends.
Slowed.
Minor action to throw him back. 10 squares. I don't know if you can slide someone through someone. I don't know if that's a...
For a friendly target, I think is fine.
Okay, then basically throw him down 10 squares as far as he can fit
Now,
from where
don't
So probably standing on that bridge then.
He is
if you move him too
grounded,
far
which means that
away.
when he's forced to move, he moves 1 square less. So he moves 9.
9.
So let's put him there anyway.
What, Jonas?
If you push him too far away from me, I can't hit him.
Well, okay, what do you want? Do you want me to push him, or do you want me... What do you want me to
I
do?
honestly think you should do it. You push him. If he's not going to be next to his boulders, he's not going to be on his section of the wall, he's going to throw a temper tantrum out there, do it.
Put him back.
He's not gonna be able to use his ranged attacks if he's not here.
He can't throw rocks if he doesn't have the rocks with him. And we don't know how he's going to react when he's off his section of the land. Next to his ally, standing on that little bridge.
We're also nicely bunching up everyone, and I have a thing for that.
Sure.
Okay, you can put him back there, Manaki, sorry. Into the bridge, yeah. And then since he passed, you will watch one there. I get to do a missile attack against him. This is for reflex, 19 versus reflex.
19 hits. Yeah.
Okay, he takes 12 damage, the watchman. Also falls prone, and Hackdoor takes half damage and also falls prone. Alright, let's see. Use my minor action. Alright, that's him.
All right, Maligneth.
It's a shame that all my things rely on me actually hitting something. I mean, there's an archer all the way up there, but that's not really helpful.
I'm just glad you think so.
So it's time to move once. Actually, can I move smarter here? Let's see. 3, 4, 5. No, I can't move next to both of you. Tyrannosaurus is gonna move. If I move forward, do I present myself at the target? No. So let's just move here and not do anything with my minor action. Actually, I will. Might as well. Iron Skin Belt. If they attack me, I resist 5.
Okay.
My bonuses run out, but 5 resist. I don't grant combat advantage for once in this fight.
Ogre is it's not. Maybe it's fine. Don't move up here. This one, though, I'll throw a boulder towards Varistrix, though Varistrix has a heavy cover, so that's a -4 to it.
That doesn't
26.
matter. It's anyway.
Alright, 12 damage.
Oh, glad you have temporary points.
Yeah. Thank
If you
you.
haven't used your second wind yet, you might want to.
Yeah, I think I should.
Alright. Rodolith.
Vertilith will take the 2 to land here. Touches down. Remove the flying state. Orc Archer 7 is the one that shot at her. Orc Archer 6 is the one that shot at Malignith. Thing was surrounded by the rocks. Just gonna stare at him, almost expectantly. They're between dragons and a fucking giant.
Yeah,
So-
we had thought of moving back, but not now.
So I think I'm just going to use my standard action the second wind. She thinks about how much it's taken to get to this point and how much treasure she is going to enjoy when it's all said and done. It'll give me +2 to all my defenses until the start of my next turn. Minor action. Not going to do anything with it.
I missed someone when I rolled initiative.
I'm done.
Where the hell? Did he not show up?
Someone had a nap. Oh shit, there's an alarm.
I guess. Oh well, he'll just be here. Is orc? No one's coming down right now, so maybe he'll actually have to apply himself. We get moving over here. It's orc, yeah, it seems that way. So Raxus.
Alright, well, he's down, so that's the time to strike. Draxus will move forward, and then he will charge. Get him. Try to sink some teeth into this guy.
Oh, you can reach him. Well, that's nice.
Actually, let me see here.
Thought that was the issue.
It was. That's why I was testy about the positioning.
Yeah.
Damn it. That burst is not big enough. Story of my life. Yeah.
It's not about the size, it's about where you use it.
Yeah, that's with the size and the positioning, so there's no good way of using it right now. So we'll charge in here. And, yeah, give him the what for.
As a
Bonus
reminder to
is strong.
viewers, he has an item that prevents him from taking opportunity attacks while he's charging.
Yes, it is quite useful. Alright, swing! That's a natural 1, so nothing.
That misses.
Well,
Pretty
shit.
good, pretty good attack.
Actually, no.
Yep.
Not sure. Can't do anything
I
with that.
get bonuses on the charge and have combat advantage against him when he's laying down. So,
I suppose the question now is, do you have time to continue?
I wouldn't normally. No, I would like to. If this is gonna go on for a while, I would probably have to call it pretty soon because it is midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Fairly, yeah, pretty much the same, really. I don't think I would have enough time for this entire combat to be resolved.
I
Right.
have time, but that doesn't really matter.
That is always unfortunate, but you know.
I feel like we got this still.
Don't say that now, sheep.
We got this.
This is if we can kill him off, then we're done. You know, then we can retreat and they can scatter to the winds. But
I don't even think that's an option. If we retreat, we leave the gold.
well, if we have to kill all of these creatures, then yeah, I don't have time for it. We would have to resume next week, or at least I would have to resume next week.
We're waiting until next week.
Okie doke.
To continue the battle.
To
Yes.
finish the battle.
Where are these two?
To win the battle, specifically.
We are very low on the healing supplies now, so we sort of have to be a bit lucky. But when he's dead, hopefully the 30 damage per round will stop.
Let's be positive. Be fine.
That's how he feels about you too.
That is me being positive about it.
I know. Be more positive.
Can't.
Well,
I'm not worried about it. No amount of strategizing can resolve 16 plus hits. So
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
just unlucky.
I'm just not worried about it.
Alright. I'm gonna head off.
Alright, viewers.
Thanks for watching. We will see you next week for the stunning conclusion of Dam Battle.
Stunning conclusion of Act 1.
Of this damn battle.
This Dam Battle. That was Dam
What
Battle.
a damn shame.
I still
stop.
want the heavy metal album cover of dragons fighting giants on top of a ruined dam. It has to be one, or if not, make it.
That's what the history books will say.
Exactly. Just look at any album cover of like Meatloaf or Rhapsody, and just do that.
Ah, yes.
I'll send you some, Manaki, don't worry.
Yeah, I can just Google meatloaf, right? Fine.
Yep, you sure can. Meatloaf album cover, and you will see
That's
exactly what I
meat
mean.
space loaf.
Meatloaf album.
Alright, take care everyone.
Take care.
Take care.
See ya.